Okay, I think we are live. If everyone can hear me, I don't do this much,
Yay.
so somebody in chat, tell me if my mic's turned on.
Uh,
You can hear me, right, Jenny?
I can.
That's like a
And I can hear
Discord
you
thing.
on the
Look
stream.
how like professional this looks, though. Like
So
I'm
proud.
really proud of. I'm really proud of myself. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for a minute because I don't.
You should.
I don't stream, and I got a green screen, and we have this cool backdrop thing that Marlo made behind us.
hmm
Jenny, how's your weekend going so far?
Oh, I've just been playing Animal Crossing, so it's great.
Yeah, we were just trading fruit like right before we got into the stream here.
Yeah.
Um,
Priorities, just
yeah, yeah.
gotta make that bells.
I forgot to change the details of the stream because we were too busy trading fruit.
Yep. It's the good stuff.
Oh boy. Um,
Gosh.
all right, so we're here to celebrate 1 year of The World Next Door. My name is Corey Warning. I was the director of The World Next Door. I'm the co-founder of Rose City Games. And Jenny, I'll let you introduce yourself too.
Yeah, I'm Jenny, and I'm the community developer for Rose City Games. Yay.
Yeah, and you actually came on about what, halfway through The World Next
Yeah.
Door's development, I
Oh,
think.
I think a little bit over halfway because it was right when like the marketing for it really started getting like underway. So, because I came in around what, January, and it came out in March.
Right, yeah, because
So,
we met at PAX West, I think, right when we
mhm.
had just reworked the entire game, I think, and then we went to we went to PAX West and we demoed like a brand new version of like everything for the game,
hmm
uh, and we met at the mix party,
Yeah.
I think,
Yep. Because I
I
was there
and I,
covering just the mix event.
right,
Yeah.
because we were showcasing the game there, and then I. Oh, you like this story. I've told this story a bunch of times. I'm sure you've heard it like 20
Yeah.
times. But I was drunk and I thought The World Next Door won Best in Show, but it wasn't The World Next Door. It was World of Horror, which sounds a lot like The World Next Door when you've had like
It's
5 beers.
too close. Yeah.
So I got really excited and thought we won, but we didn't. But the game still came out, and
hmm
it came out almost a year ago now, which feels
Yeah.
crazy to me. It feels like this game came out 5 years ago, honestly. Um,
Right? It's wild.
so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna play the game. I'm gonna take the role of June. We're gonna talk about like how some development stuff went for the game. Maybe share some like weird stories and development secrets, and talk a little bit about why we made certain decisions and stuff. And
hmm
I've actually been trying to think of what type of June I want to be today. Like, do I want to be
Ooh, yeah.
like snotty June? Do I want to be super nice June? Um,
Oh, that's tough.
I know, yeah. I feel like
hmm
for everything that's going on in the world right now, I kind of want to be nice June, but I'm
hmm
not totally sure yet. I've never actually. Well, no, that's not true. I've definitely played a full run of snotty June during like QA and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've been trying to figure that out. Okay, so
I always try to go into games like I'm gonna be mean this time, and then
it's
at the first choice, like
yeah.
my heart always gets me, and I'm like, I can't do it.
Maybe I'm just gonna lean into being like Horace's sidekick and just like kind of I'm gonna
Yeah.
lean into like the Horace vibe of everything.
hmm
Um,
That's not a bad choice.
okay, so I'm gonna pop up the gameplay now, and I think we're gonna just get going. Um,
Sweet.
all right.
All right. I'm gonna take a better picture of the stream
Oh,
because
nice.
I'm doing the social media thing.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Before you do that, let me pop this over to get fully into the role
Okay.
of June here, so the stream can look like that.
Sweet. Awesome. Thanks.
Okay. I did that in Photoshop like right before we got in here.
That's too good.
Okay.
Hey, welcome in, Das and Chris. And I think I forgot. I meant to say someone followed, but I'm sorry. I didn't see your name. But
Did the little blooper thing work? I don't know what that's called.
it did, and
Okay.
then I got distracted. All right. Speaking of distracted, I'm not ignoring the game. I'm sending a tweet. So, but that's fine because the intro's going.
So the intro here is actually one of the last things that we put together in the game, which I feel like is maybe most games. We have kind of like a similar thing where we've been talking about with Garden Story right now, where there's like a little kind of like intro setup, and we're talking about different like art pieces to go along with it, and it's like probably the last thing that we're gonna do. And we actually use like a ton of like concept pieces from the comic book to kind of figure out like what we wanted this to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, DasBox.
All right.
One thing from the comic I really wanted to do, but we couldn't make it work with the with the art budget, is have an alternate version you could pick of June where she was wearing the hoodie from the comic.
That would have been so cool.
I know.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a lot of that, I think, during this stream. I think we're gonna do a lot of here's a thing I really wanted to do that we didn't get a chance to do. So this is gonna be like Corey's hindsight wish
stream.
list. Yeah, like. All right. Feels crazy to be back in Emrys.
I know, it's so wild. Like when the music was playing before the stream, it was really just fun to hear it because I remember listening to this every day, like 8 hours a day
for like 6 months.
Yeah.
I still actually listen to the soundtrack quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, one thing I want to talk about is going into the contacts in June's phone here. We went like back and forth about having June have her own profile and her own phone, which felt a little goofy. But we decided to keep it in because it's like fun flavor and stuff.
I always like the detail that her phone was broken because I taught middle school and high school, and like all of my students' phones seem to always be broken.
Yeah, so we actually have a different version of this UI that isn't broken, and this is another one of those things that we talked about doing a long time ago, but we didn't have a chance to do this. But we were going to have something like a quest or some sort of choice that you could make in the game where you could either break your phone or not break your phone. I think the idea was we were going to, like, Horace was going to ask to borrow June's phone, and you could choose to say yes or no. And if you handed Horace your phone, he would drop it and break it.
Oh my gosh.
And then you'd have to play the rest of the game with broken phone UI. But yeah, we didn't get around to doing that.
That's awesome. I feel like the Horus fans would have loved that moment.
Yeah. Okay.
That little detail.
I can get out of the UI now and actually play the game a little bit more. What's funny is I remember a lot of people, like when we used to watch people play the game, we would see a lot of people, like the very first thing they do is like pause the game and like scroll through the phone and kind of look through the UI and stuff. I don't know if you do that, just kind of look through everything before actually
it's kind of funny because I used to not, like, I feel like I do it more now, but I don't know if it's because now that's like a habit from playing, like I play games a little bit more intentionally, I feel like now. Yeah, but I think when the UI is fun like this, I probably definitely spend more time in that.
Another thing we went back and forth on a lot when we were setting up the first parts of the game was either trying to figure out if we were going to make it so that you were meeting Liza for the first time, or if you had sort of like let the player know that you were already friends with her. And then once we got working on the comic, we decided we wanted to make it so that like they had been friends since way before June got to Emrys.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that they're like pen pals before she's ever able to like come over to the other world.
Internet buddies. For anybody who hasn't played the game, I'm sorry if I'm blowing through the text a little bit. Okay, so in the interest of getting this going, I'm gonna let those of you who haven't played the game yet, you can ask Liza to tell you more about Emrys and about the festival. But the idea is that once every century or so, these portals open to an alternate universe, and you can humans can visit this other planet called Emrys. It's populated by these like really cool hip monsters. So if you ever felt like maybe you wanted to, take a break from planet Earth and go visit a different place, boy, this is the game. This is the game for you. Now we're meeting Rainy for the first time.
Rainy.
Rainy is I feel like a big crowd favorite. Everybody,
yeah, because he's such a sweet boy.
Everybody really likes Rainy.
Yeah.
Oh man, one thing I was gonna talk about some character stuff this week on Twitter, and I kind of lost track of it because we were working on floppy nights so much. But one thing I remember about working with Rainy's character art is we went back and forth on the color of his sweater for like 2 weeks, maybe.
Really?
Oh my gosh, I have so many different pieces of like concept art of Rainy with like
what?
Yeah, like probably 10 different styles of sweater, and like headphones, no headphones, white headphones, black headphones. Like, yeah, Rainy's clothing situation took a really long time to sort out.
Wow, I don't think I've even seen the alternate versions of Rainy. That's cool.
I really like the yellow sweater now that we got going on it. It's hard to imagine him like dressed any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're taking the tram. We're going to a secret place.
Man, I think the tram like animation is one of my favorites of the whole game. Like it's just so nice to watch.
Yeah. All right. And now we're meeting my favorite character in the whole game. The bad boy, Horace.
Horace, I think, is like everyone's favorite.
I
feel like the vast majority.
I had so much fun working with Horace's dialogue and like assigning his VO. I wrote a little bit of the game, but Sarah, who's the lead writer, and Anna also helped with most of the writing. But one of my jobs was to kind of go through like the spreadsheet for all of the dialogue, and I had to assign all of the Ashendas and New Loss and all the VO lines that we recorded for each character. And Horace and Lux, who we'll meet a little bit later, were two of my favorite ones to work with. Their VO performances were so good, and all their dialogue is so fun. And so just like kind of doing all the tedious work of lining up exactly what line they need to say with the dialogue and stuff was actually super fun. And choosing like what portrait that goes along with it and everything.
Yeah, I remember that was a lot of time spent just like going through every line to make sure like portraits, we weren't using the same one for different like lines back to back. And
yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. June's had a tough week. So
yeah,
June's gonna have a beer. We're gonna do a little bit of underage drinking today. Or maybe, you know what, we actually never, I don't think in the IP Bible, I don't think we actually set what Emrys's drinking age is. So
maybe it's fine.
Drinking age is 17 on Emrys. I'm gonna put that out there right now.
There we go. I'll go update the IP Bible right now. Exactly, Das. We set the rules after the fact.
That's right. We're doing some J.K. Rowling stuff right now. We're just going to decide a whole bunch of shit after the fact. Confuse everybody. I'm being kind of sassy June right now, too.
Yeah, I feel like that plays well with Horace, though. Like, I always feel like that dynamic is a really fun one.
All right. Oh, Jenny, do you have keys?
I do. So we can every so often give out keys to folks.
We should just
maybe do a little giveaway.
We should give away just like a lot of keys today. So this is one of these sort of like unspoken, how do I progress the game things that we set up. So we don't tell you this, but the way that you need to sort of like move on to the next area here is to, you have to talk to all three of your buddies here. And one of the reasons we did that is we wanted to sort of like really encourage you to talk to a lot of characters and like kind of invest in everybody's personalities and stuff, which I hope worked out. It seemed like actually one of the funniest things that I like to check in on is like the Steam stats to see like which achievements people have gotten. Oh man, I'm gonna be mean to Cerise too. That feels bad. But seeing like how many people completed the different quests, which a lot of them like require you to like talk to characters a whole bunch and stuff. And the number of people who've completed a lot of side quests actually feels pretty high in Steam.
Oh, and also Anna's here.
Hi, Anna.
Who helped with some of the writing in the game. Hi, Anna.
Dashbox gave Anna Rainey.
Yay! Oh, that makes I know Anna would be very happy.
All right, I am gonna say that my June is really excited about fireballs though. Like she can be sassy and excited about shooting fire. That makes sense to me. I think
it does. Yeah.
So Anna, we were just talking about how you helped with a bunch of writing in the game too, and helped make these characters super fun, especially Rainey. Okay, and I'm gonna go with Horace, which I don't think is gonna surprise anybody.
Yeah, Horace is the best.
Okay, so one under the hood thing I'm gonna talk about without spoiling too much is there are a whole bunch of points in the game where you either have to like okay, me choosing between Horace and Liza just now, it basically gave me one point with Horace and like our like under the hood friendship meter, which affects a couple different things in the game. And oh yeah, I'm not supposed to do that yet. See, I forgot how to play my own game. And so the game is like kind of keeping track of like different decisions that you make and who you choose to hang out with, and a whole bunch of other things like that to kind of keep a score on your friendship meter, which affects different parts of the game. Specifically, some stuff that happens at the end, which I won't talk about just now. Okay, I'm gonna just really destroy this rock. I'm getting back into it now. It's like riding a magical bike that shoots electricity.
Yeah, and fireballs.
I will say again, just to keep patting ourselves on the back about this. This is one of my. I'm very, very proud of this tutorial and how it all shook out. I feel like we tried really hard to kind of teach you everything you need to know in the game really quickly and in a fun way that didn't just try to box you in and throw a bunch of like game speak at you. So we kind of have the characters like talk you through everything and pop up a little bit of windows and stuff without trying to break too much immersion. Right. And we were really nervous about this tutorial because when we were playtesting the game, it took a while for people to sort of understand what was happening. The like match 3 puzzle aspect and stuff is something that I don't think is like inherently understandable to people. Like at a glance, it's a little unique. Like with Cat Lady, it's sort of like twin stick shooter roguelike, and so people understood that pretty easy. But for this one, we were really nervous about it, and taking it to PAX for the first time and playing through that was very stressful. But it seemed to work. And once the first like 2 kids got through it, I felt a lot better. And actually, really quick, I should have set this up. This little sequence that just played through with June running up into the room.
Oh man, yeah.
and everybody sort of running away from this grievance here was the most stressful thing about the entire game. Literally the thing we tested most in the whole game is what you just saw, where the teens are running away from this grievance. To this day, we don't know exactly what the issue was, but something would happen where June would get caught on the corner, like going around that space there, and it would basically just soft lock the game.
Mhm.
I don't think we ever really got any like bug reports of that happening to people after the fact. But man, weeks I think we were spending on this to try and figure out what was
Mhm.
going on, and luckily, whatever happened, it fixed. But
Fixed itself, yeah.
holy cow! Like we used to just test this thing and get up to the point, and everybody would just sit and like hold their breath, hoping that June would like get around this corner.
Mhm.
And that's been Corey's trip back to QA hell. Okay, I'm trying to set up a real big one here.
Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite part. There's something so satisfying about making sure all of the colors are like in the same place before just like letting all the spells go.
Okay, here we go. This is gonna be a good
Gotta
one.
set up those combos.
Oh, I think that's. Oh no, here we go. Bam. Okay. Try not to die. Horse is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Okay, no healing wells. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to do no healing well run.
That's gonna be. That's pretty doable. I feel like you should be able to do that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is our second Grievous, Alligator Man.
What was I think? Because they all had different names. Like the one that they first met was Anxiety.
Yep.
This one's Berserker. I feel like. If I remember correctly.
This is Berserk, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked a lot about trying to figure out how to like communicate those names in the game, either like in some sort of like bestiary or something like that, and that's like another thing that we just didn't have time to actually do when it came down to it. But yeah, it's Berserker, since he's just all up in your face the whole time. And then yeah, Anxiety. And then we've got oh my gosh, I'm gonna actually forget some of them. I think I'm trying to remember Basket Girl's deal.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm blanking her name
it's gonna take me a second, but I'll get there. Once we get to the Undercroft, I'll get there. Whoop. Whoa. Was it oh, it's not greed, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
Because she steals your stuff.
Yeah. And it's interesting because when I remember when I first came onto the team, I was like, oh, I wonder if like there's like a meaning to these, because like one of them's anxiety and one's anger, and the other one was like, I forget the word, but yeah, something about stealing.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's kind of all of these like vices or sort of like fears or something, and thought that was kind of cool. I just don't know if that was intentional, but
yeah, it very much was. That was sort of Stephanie's whole idea behind all the grievances in the game. I just totally forgot like that I had to go get the sword and use that to open the door too. So kind of funny thing about June's sword, we actually went. The original idea was that you were going to be able to use the sword in battle, and just trying to go back and forth on how that was going to work and stuff. We ended up deciding against it, but we had like all this like key art and stuff with June with this really cool sword, and we wanted it in the game, and so we decided to sort of turn the sword into more of like a key that helps break all these like sealed runes and all this kind of stuff, and it plays out a little bit more in sort of the full story of the game. Yeah, I think that's one thing I really wish we could have sorted out, is like how to get June to actually use the sword in battle. We were gonna have sort of like a special move kind of thing that worked like the sort of all the characters like power abilities do, that was just gonna be for June. But we didn't quite get there. And now I'm trying to remember this boss's name too. Oh my gosh, I don't remember any of the boss's names. This is like the coolest boss too. I'm gonna have to get in Drive in a second and actually just like look this up to remember
I
what
know. I'm
everybody's
like,
called.
wait, let me just do a little quick search here.
But this is that's Secret Boss. He's gonna
Right.
come back later. And actually, I guess that's a funny scope story too. So the original idea for the game is that we were gonna have 5 shrines, but about like maybe a quarter of the way in, we decided, oh hey man, like 5 shrines is too much art. We don't have enough time for that. So we decided to cut it down to 4 shrines and do a revisit at the end of the game. So slight spoilers, you're gonna go back to that shrine. And that really helped us sort of like cut down on our art scope and make it more manageable for the team and everything. And that's actually how the whole idea of this like boss that comes in and chases everybody out before you get there kind of came about, is purely a scope decision, which I actually really like. I'm happy that we did that, because I think it's a really fun idea that you get to kind of revisit that shrine later, and kind of bring everything back full circle. But for anybody who thought that was like a really, really clever thing, it's mainly because of our budget.
Yep. Well, I feel like that's like the best though, that the silver lining when you do have those like constraints, because that is cool twist, and that's like a nice throwback that I think people did like. Okay, I'm looking through the wiki right now because I'm like, what is the name of these?
Yeah.
Oh, Craving.
Craving.
That's the name of the basket.
It's close to greed.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, this area in the game was one of the very last. I think this is like some of the very last art that got done in the game. This was like the last area that we kind of finished up. Yeah, I'm just like so stoked at how the portal turned out too.
It looks really cool.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody can hear the cars revving up outside, but if you can, that's because I'm in my garage.
Your special streaming studio.
And this is the only English VO that we have in the game here. This is our friend Aki, who did a little cameo with us as sort of a Emrys streamer personality in the game too. So this is like Aki playing herself in the game, which is pretty fun.
Yeah. And it's nice. I like the flavor text that Aki provides.
Yeah. Yeah, she kind of, we sort of sent over some pretty light script ideas, and she kind of helped like rewrite it to sort of be like in her own tone and stuff, which is pretty fun. It's funny too, though. Like I remember watching people stream and some feedback that we got from that, and having people be really confused about why... Why is this one character speaking in English and these other characters have this fake language? And I think this is like one of those funny things that happens, I think, during game development, where you just like assume that players are going to understand what your intention was in certain decisions that you make. And I just assumed that everybody would understand, like, oh yeah, like everybody just speaks like 2 different languages. And I definitely don't think anybody picked up on that. Or people who did, I think would, we have like a little bit of flavor text that explains it and stuff, but I think it confused more people than I thought that it would, which in hindsight totally makes sense. And this texting hours stuff that we're doing right now, this is kind of another opportunity for you to get those like under the hood points with your friends. So this is like an opportunity for you to sort of like pick who you like the most as a player. So I'm going to text Horace, of course.
Yeah, Horace is first choice.
And we actually ended up rewriting a lot of this. Anna, if Anna's still hanging out, I think Anna wrote most, if not all, of the texting hours stuff towards the end of the game. We had a lot of this stuff in that was kind of semi-placeholder, but it ended up feeling like our first shot at it. It didn't feel like we quite nailed enough of like character development and stuff while we were going through it. And Anna kind of like jumped in and helped us like kind of rearrange a lot of this stuff, and also like helping assign like the different emojis in here.
Mhm.
So all these little custom emojis are the same ones that you can pick when you're making dialogue choices too, which is maybe one of my favorite things about the game.
Mhm.
But yeah, Anna like helped us like figure out where all these needed to go.
Yeah, I think some of my favorite parts of the game, like obviously the gameplay, the match 3 stuff is so fun, but I really loved getting the chance to text with each of the Emrin
Mm.
buddies.
Liza's room is still my wallpaper on my PC at home too.
Nice.
Gina did such a good job with that
Yeah.
screen. Also, one one really funny thing is Gina kept trying to sneak in like a Bubsy poster uh, Liza's room, and we kind of made like a joke about like, ha, that's pretty funny, but you know we should get that out of there. And me and Gina went back and forth about being like, okay, like I think we could probably get sued over this, but there's some weird thing with Bubsy where Bubsy's like wrapped up in fair use or something like that. So I don't know exactly what the
Uh-huh.
deal is there, but there's some weird Bubsy stuff where it may have been okay, but in the end we decided that Bubsy didn't need to exist in Imran canon.
We don't have an Emrin version of Bubsy.
Nah,
Uh, just change the color,
yeah.
add horns. Yeah.
I think that's what they did for a lot of the room art and Hive Swap, which is
Mhm.
another game that we worked on. Okay, I'm gonna do. I might not do all the quests, but I'll do some. I like Ordon. He's like a
Yeah.
baseball otaku.
He is. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I never thought of it like that, but he's so sweet. I think my favorite side quest is with King and is it Camellia?
Yeah,
Yes.
Camilla. Yeah,
Camilla, yes.
setting up the matchmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like the romance. The low-key romance we got going.
Okay, and we gotta talk about Cornell too.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta talk to Cornell every day because he's got secrets.
It's because his head is so big. You can see
He's
the
so full of
secrets.
secrets, his head's coming apart.
Yep.
Fun thing too, for those of you who can hear the VO, Cornell. I'm gonna try to remember who voiced everybody here. Cornell, Rainey, and Vesper are all the same person, the same voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
It's Michael Schwabe who worked with us on that. Okay. I'm trying to remember all the triggers that I need to do here. All right, let's meet Lux and Vesper.
Yeah.
So Lesper is what I just said. Yeah, that's me just grouping them together. Lux was probably my second favorite character to work on, sort of like the VO and dialogue stuff on too. Her dialogue's just so fun. Like she's so mean. But Vesper's just like one of those like. Vesper's such a weird character.
He is. He's grown on me. I have to admit, when I first met Vesper, I was not really. I was like, his shirt's fun, but that's it. But yeah, the more I get to more I got to know him and sort of experience him in the game, the more he kind of won me over.
I think like on a surface level, I think that Vesper like can come across as sort of like this like weird stoner dude, but he's got such a more deep personality than that once you get further into the game. Actually, one of my favorite. Okay, let's talk about Steam reviews. One of the most memorable Steam reviews that I remember seeing was somebody who played the game. I think it said they played the game for like 25 minutes, and then they gave the game a negative review because there wasn't enough character development, which I think is like I'm just gonna like I try not to take Steam reviews too personally, but I'm just gonna say that that's totally not fair.
Yeah.
These characters develop in such a fun way. Oh, and I just remembered that you got to talk to Horus and then Lux and Vesper, and then Liza will text you. That's the trigger.
Das is like, sorry about that, Das.
Better go give that game a thumbs up, Das. We need that. Okay, so here's another fun thing that we noticed a lot with people playing the game. So my next move here is to I need to go to the training yard. A lot of people had a really hard time finding the training yard. These stairs up here are a little baked into the environment, and it's another one of those things that's like in hindsight, it's like, oh, we maybe could have made that a little more obvious. But watching people play the game, like a lot of people, it took them a while to actually find the training yard. This is maybe my favorite line in the whole game. Human Savers Club. Which is actually...
too.
I'm trying to remember if it's the name of... It's not the name of the track that's playing right now, but one of the pieces of music is called Human Savers Club from this moment, too.
Which you can snag on Spotify if you like the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Actually, let me grab that link.
I'm still going to be a rude girl. Yeah. So Andrew Madison did all the music in the game, and it's so good.
Yeah. And Gina did that, like, we took inspiration from the Chill Hop station.
Yeah.
And we got Gina to create this amazing looping video of Rainy studying, like study sessions. It's one of my favorite things that we've ever done, to be honest. I absolutely love that video.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was super fun working with the music in this game. So before I got into video games, I was actually in the music industry for a long... Oh, I forgot to give Ord on his hat. Hang on. I gotta go get Ord on his hat. I was in the music industry for a long time, and I was a musician, and then I worked at a record label. But this game was actually the first time that I was sort of like in a producer role for somebody else writing music. And I was kind of nervous about it, but Andrew was like really, really great to work with. And yeah, we just had like a really good thing going throughout the game, throughout development, and yeah, just the music's just so good.
Yeah.
All right, shrine number 2.
Yeah, Mappy, you did I was like, cosplay Orden. Yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, still got those pictures. Also, hi, Mappy.
Yeah, people.
And thanks to everyone who's been following.
Yeah, people cosplaying characters from the game is something that I like never even thought about when we were working on the game. I just like never crossed my mind that might be a thing that happened. And then this was last year at PAX where like a group of kids they couldn't stop by the booth because they didn't have tickets, right?
Yeah, so this past PAX West, there was a group of kids who had gone to the Stumped Gamer meetup, the Stumped Games meetup, and they were all dressed up as characters from the World Next Door because the Stumped folks were playing the World Next Door, and it was so cool. We got to see a picture of them, but they weren't able to stop by the booth, because they didn't have PAX tickets.
Yeah, that was still pretty wild.
We did have a June stop by the booth though, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
And we got a picture of her. We have this cardboard June at the office that's like life-size June. And so we got a picture of her with the life-size cardboard June, which was cool.
Okay, so this is my favorite shrine.
Me too. It's like the shrine that if I could live in one of them, that's where I would live. Maybe because it reminds me of like the Crystal Palace in Sailor Moon or something like that. Oh, Anna said she legit teared up at the Stumped meetup. I know. I probably would have just straight up cried.
Yeah, I teared up at the hotel. I was I was like trying to rest up from that, and yeah, this is a really cool thing.
Hey, Jessica. Oh my gosh. Also, if y'all are looking for a really fun indie game to play, Starcrossed.
Star-crossed.
I'm still not over it. I was telling Corey actually the other day that I'm going to be trying to do it like single player, but controlling both of the
That
characters.
sounds so stressful.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm
maybe
excited.
not as stressful as trying to. So, Cheska, thanks for sending me a key to that so I could try it out with my kids. I haven't done it yet, mostly because I watched Jenny and Josh play the other day, and then thinking about trying to do that with my 6-year-old kind of stressed me out a little bit.
Like coordinating.
Yeah, I think let me try and get a big meteor thing going here, and also not heal. Damn it.
I know. Yeah, we're doing the no healing well run.
No healing
You
well,
can
but I
only
can.
heal in battles.
I'm gonna still use spells. Whoa. Okay, let's see.
Oh, thank you, Cheska.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. Oh shit. Got her.
Nice.
I think one thing that would be really fun to do sometime too is I want to try and speed run against Will at this game.
That would be super fun.
We
to
did
watch.
it. We did it for the demo. I remember back when we were play testing, and I thought for sure because Will was mostly doing Cat Lady at the time, and so Will tends to be and I'm talking about Will, the co-founder of Resizing Games. Will tends to be better at video games than me in general, but I figured with World Next Door I was going to be able to kick his butt since I played it way more, and he still kicked my ass at it.
Oh, that reminds me when we tried to both speedrun Cadence.
Oh yeah.
Cadence of Hyrule at the airport. I'm like, I want to try that again.
We gotta get
Well, 'cause-
boss battles going.
We do.
Yeah.
Boss battles. We'll do Cadence. Okay, perfect.
I have
Rehash of that.
I have the Elgato now, so I can do that.
Yeah, I'll need to maybe snag a monitor that has an HDMI. I could not believe that my monitors are like old enough that they don't even have an HDMI output. They don't feel like they're that old, but oh well.
Okay, let's see if I can. I gotta really try hard not to embarrass myself. I hope Christian's not watching right
These
now.
puzzles. I saw Carcala in here, so Christian might be listening in.
Oh man. All right. This is right.
And
Okay.
these puzzles took a couple of different forms and sort of different iterations, because I remember they were not the same.
I did it. Okay.
Yes, they were not the same when I originally started with Rose City to where they are now. Do you remember the process that was?
Oh my gosh, that
because I know that was a lot of Christian.
It was like it was all Christian. I actually Christian made fun of me like nonstop about this, but I actually asked Christian to make me a cheat sheet for Cerise's. Oh wait, we're not doing healing wells. For Cerise's side quest where it's like all puzzles, and he picked on me a bunch about that because just play testing the game, I was like, I just can't remember this like all the time. So yeah, I still have that. Actually, if we do a request, I'm probably gonna pull up the Google Doc so that I can get through it.
Oh my gosh, Jessica, thank you. She says, "Why is every character in this game hot?"
Everybody's
It's true,
so hot
though.
in this game.
Everyone's so good looking. It's funny because, like, yeah, Horace. I personally have a very soft spot in my heart for Horace, the character. Also because he reminds me of Squall from Final Fantasy VIII, which is like my favorite Final Fantasy. So I was always like, oh my gosh, it's Sassy Squall.
Okay, what is the name of Bird Girl Grievance? Because I can't remember. Bound, yes. Thank you.
Bound, yep. She is bound by chains.
Yes. And she binds the spells too. I'm gonna get them. Yeah.
Oh, Das. Okay, so we're older monitor buddies then. Yeah, the character's all hot from the fireballs. It's true.
All right. And then the key's down here, and then I can't use this one yet because we're gonna have to come back here later. Okay. This is gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Bullion says, I've inherited all my monitors, ages unknown. They're all running DVI to display ports. Yes. Okay, DVI. Yep. I keep calling them VGA and it's not VGA. But yeah, I have 2 monitors at home and they're both DVI.
Is VGA, that's like the red, white, yellow cords, right?
Yeah, VGA
okay.
is like with TVs.
Yeah.
But yeah, my monitors are like, it's that chonker of with the 2 screws. That's what both of my monitors use. So I need to I need to just bite the bullet and just order an adapter because I'm too stubborn to order. These monitors work fine. So I'm like, I'm not going to pay money for new monitors and they're all sold out.
I use a MacBook, so I'm flush with adapters.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's Mac life.
Okay, so let's just, real quick, I'm just going to point out, Horace is feeling kind of weird in here.
Oh no.
And part of that is because I have high points with Horace. Horace is currently my bestie in the game based on all my decisions, which is part of why Horace feels weird. And I won't say anything else about that for just right now.
This is one of my favorite boss intros, by the way. I'm a couple seconds delayed from you, so I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
This will be a little bit later, but like the darkening of the room and the footsteps coming, like, yeah.
That whole sequence is also like mostly because of scope. I think actually, I wonder if we could pull this thing up in Unity sometime and get a screenshot of what that looks like without the screen going black, because I bet it'd be really funny.
Just slides on it.
Yeah, well, we try. I don't even think he slides in. I think he's just like hidden, and then the footprints are totally separate. Like he's not moving anywhere. So yeah, it's again like it was just too expensive to actually make this boss like actually move around the board. So yeah, so that's why we did the fade to black for his entrance and his ability that's gonna come in here in a second. I wanna hit him with a big meteor too. And get Horace in there.
Oh, and Mappy Man has a question that we started to touch on, but I don't think we actually answered. But what influences spoken language in the game, and does it borrow words from any other language?
So I'll try to speak to that a little bit, but so there is, Jenny, maybe you remember the exact number. I want to say there's only actually like 12 words in the game.
That sounds about right.
I think it's 12 different words. Actually, okay, here in a second we're going to try to remember them all, but let me do this boss battle first. So the Emran language is something that our sound designer Nick Kallman came up with. He sort of like he typed up this whole like thing about sort of like why he did it the way he did it and stuff. But in general, he tried to make a group of different words that sounded different enough that they wouldn't sound too repetitive. Oh, that was a good one. But the idea is that we wanted something that was sort of like Simlish, that would feel like different, but also like I guess like recognizable, if that makes sense. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of like where that whole thing originated from, was from our sound designer Nick. But yeah, so we had a list of words, and when we were recording the VO, we had like a list of emotions. So we had like neutral, excited, sad, scared, and like a big list for everything. And then we would have the voice actors read each emotion with like each word basically, and then so I have this like massive like just wave dump of sound files for like every character using every emotion and every single word. Yeah, it was a lot. But yeah, that's kind of what that looked like. Oh, and here's how we use the sword back in the game too. Okay, so we have Ashenda, Rakusabo, Nulas, Salutar, De La Kumpa. Let's see.
Did you already say Ashenda?
Yeah, Ashenda's the first one because that's the one everybody jokes about. Oh my gosh, I can only do 5 right now. I'm gonna have to wait and listen to what the characters.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Mucardius, that's one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Pamul, there's another one.
Wow. Yeah, my brain is like so empty of these words.
Yeah. Okay. So Cheska says, "Oh, the font in the game." Yeah, actually, we talked a lot about the font. We actually don't have any font scaling. When we so we knew that we were going to make the game for Switch pretty early in development, and so we really just did a lot of playtesting to make sure that the font was really readable on a Switch screen. So yeah, we didn't get a chance to do any font resizing. I actually have heard some feedback from people that said that the font is a little hard to read for some people. We actually have, that was like another thing that was sort of on our short list of stuff that we didn't get a chance to make it in. But we were going to have like a simple font option in the game that would turn it into something that's like a little bit more like universally, I think, easy to read for people. But yeah, it's just one of those things that was on our list, but we didn't have time to get done. I think again, like if we got a chance to like port the game to another platform or something like that and try to like hit some of our wish list items, I think that would be like a really good accessibility option to actually get into the game. Did we say new loss? We said new loss.
We did say new loss.
Okay. Yeah, I think, Cheska, like especially for games that rely so heavily on narrative, like We Should Talk and like World Next Door, it's one of those things that's like it was just right at the top of our list of things that like we couldn't get done. So yeah, it's just one of those things that like in hindsight, it's like, man, I really wish we could have got that in. We also talked about it for localizing the game too, because right now the game's only in English. And that was like sort of one of the things we wanted to do post game too, is translate the game into a bunch of different languages and stuff too. We just didn't have the budget for that either. There's, I want to say, I think it's like 35,000 words in the game. I think that sounds about right. Which actually, it's funny for a game that's like narrative heavy and stuff. I think this is actually on the smaller side of that. I was talking to Julian from Monster Prom. I think they said that there's like 400,000 words in Monster Prom, which is
so huge.
Yeah, like I remember looking up the word count on World Next Door, and when I saw 35,000, I was like, wow, this game feels huge. And then Julian just like laughed at me at PAX when we started talking about that. But yeah, the game's word count is almost exactly the same as Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I looked that up.
That's a fun trivia.
I looked that up one time.
Oh yeah, Cheska's We Should Talk. That was a really cool demo. I'm excited for that full game.
All right, Lux and Vesper have entered the game.
Yay.
So at one point we were going to let the player decide like not to include Lux and Vesper in the group. Like we were going to let you make a decision to just basically say like, no, like piss off, and they would like not end up in your friend group. And we decided against it for just like a bunch of different reasons. But
Yeah,
I'm kind of glad that we forced the player to keep him.
I agree. I think Vesper, out of all of the characters, also has the most requests that we've gotten just like on social or through emails for people asking for if we ever did clothing
Yeah.
merch. People want Vesper's hoodie and shirt so
Yeah.
badly.
We actually have we have art files to print shirts for June, Liza, and Vesper, like all their shirt designs. I think
Yeah.
Marlo made those like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if we ever had the opportunity to do it, we have art files like ready to go for merch.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
All right, Liza and Lux have a long-standing rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Marlo does rule. That's right, Mappy. And on that note, you can go wish list floppy nights today.
Yeah.
Okay. Bedtime. All right, so we're officially done with day 2.
Yay.
I'm trying to remember any fun things about Liza's room here. Okay. The hoodie behind June is her hoodie that she wears in the comic.
Oh, cute. Well,
Yeah.
there's a Rose City game sticker here as well for
Yep.
someone who's eagle-eyed.
Yep. Let's see what else we got here. Horace is bored of everything. Okay, sorry everybody. I'm gonna blow through texting hours because I want to get to the forge or text Vesper. Jenny, you have any keys you want to give away while we're going through texting hours?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see. So, if anyone, let me see. I feel like Twitch, I have the ability. Let's see. Let's switch to mod settings. Because I think there's like, for those of you who don't know, Twitch recently put in like this new mod dashboard, which is really cool. I like it a lot because it allows you to, in theory, kind of see everything that's happening in the channel. And I think perhaps do a giveaway. Maybe not. Maybe not. I also maybe just can't see it. So let's see if we do. Let's keep it simple. Let's do, if you would like to be entered in a giveaway, type in what you ate for breakfast today, because I only had orange juice. I didn't really feel like breakfast. And then that'll be your entry, and I'll put everyone's name in a random name and or number generator.
Oh, cool.
We can drop in and see who gets a key.
This sounds fancy, Jenny.
It sounds fancier than I think than it really is. All right, so we've got Mappy and Das. And Boolean. And also, if you have a key because you've played the game already, this is great because we're giving you a Steam key so you can provide this to anyone who hasn't played the game and like give them a gift, and you'll look like a really cool friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I really want French toast too. Oh, French toast is like one of my favorite breakfasts.
Oh boy,
like
pizza and microwave chicken. That's
a doozy breakfast.
That's
what
like
kind of pizza?
That's like dorm days breakfast.
It's awesome. Das didn't have juice, but what did you have? All right, so we're probably gonna give away lots more keys too.
Yeah.
So, all right, so I'm gonna wait for like 10 more seconds just in case anyone else wants to enter in on the fun. It was I don't know if that's sad, Billion. I feel like it could be the breakfast of champions because now you're fueled for like the day. You are fueled for the day.
Let's talk about Sylvette.
I
Sylvette.
love
So
Sylvette.
fun thing about Sylvette. When we had all of the character designs for sort of the whole cast of characters, so NPCs, main characters, and everything. I probably have a photo of this, but because there's, I want to say, 14 characters in the whole game, including the main cast and all the NPCs. We had basically like Survivor style, like up on like our cork board of like who's making the cut to be like a main character and who's going to be an NPC, which kind of makes me feel bad for these characters. Like it makes me feel like a shitty parent of like picking my favorites. But Sylvette was like really close to being in the main cast of characters.
I love Sylvette so much.
I think it was between, I want to say it was between Sylvette and Lux maybe. But the twins just seemed like such a cool set of characters to have hanging out all day.
Oh, all right. So I did the random drawing, and it looks like Boolean got the key this time around. So Boolean, I'm gonna whisper. Which I think, were you the one who asked about whispers and what they were earlier? Because this will be like the perfect practice. Let me bring up the keys really fast. Yay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let's see, maybe whispers might not be open. No. Oh, quick whisper. There we go. All right, so I just sent you the key. Boop, boop. So you can just copy and paste it into Steam or give it to a friend. Read it before you go to bed every night. I don't know. Whatever you want to do with this key, feel free. And thank you. And yeah, we'll be giving out more keys to folks. So if you want to get a free key to the game, stick around.
All right. So we haven't talked much about Paxton and Persimmon. But this was...
Oh, yeah.
So actually, to back up about the characters that made it in the game and deciding who's in the main cast and who's NPCs, Paxton and Persimmon were actually rejected characters. If you read the comic, you can actually see artwork for them. Paxton is like kind of this like spider dude with a bunch of arms, and Persimmon is also kind of spidery. She's got a lot of eyes and some wings. I'm gonna skip over. I'm gonna do Liza's part of her quest the next day, I think. But the whole sort of like storyline about the missing teens, who turns out is actually Liza's girlfriend and their other friend Paxton. That whole thing kind of came about when we were deciding what the storyline in the prequel comic was supposed to be, and we we were sort of too far in development in the game at that point to actually add more character art in here. So this is why like you hear about these characters and you actually don't see them until the very end of the game for something I won't spoil. And you got to watch the credits to actually see them.
Yeah, I love the credits so much. I think any game that adds that little extra sort of, not quite epilogue necessarily, but just adds a little bit more of what happens at the end of the story and past it, I always appreciate.
Yeah. I'll talk a little bit more about the ending when we get there too. I think we're going to get there just fine, but I know that the ending is something that a lot of people talk about with this game. And I would love to talk about that more.
And for folks who haven't gotten to read the comic yet, we have actually physical copies, which is really cool. But you can also, because we're not in the office and can't give out physical copies at this point in time, you can read it for free on the link that I posted in chat. So yeah, thanks, Icefire.
Yeah, Das, let me know like if you have any questions about the game too. I'll try to kind of like talk about stuff as we're going, but it's like a year old now, so I feel like I can just sort of blab about all kinds of different stuff.
All the secrets.
Yeah, and I'll try not to give away too much of the ending for people who are wanting to play and kind of go through it themselves, but maybe just full heads up. I'll try to say turn the volume down before getting too much into it. Let's go talk to King real quick.
King.
King's got this cool bird on his head.
I love King. Actually, King is another one that we've gotten a lot of requests for the refresh tank top.
Yeah.
I would very much like that as well.
His tank top makes me think of Travis from Killer 7, which I always really liked. It looks like something that Travis would wear. But King is such a different character than that. Jenny, have you played Killer 7?
I have not. I've watched it, but I have not played Killer 7.
I've been kind of really wanting to play that game again. I have it on Steam now. Maybe I'll stream that one day too. That's a game that me and Will talk about constantly.
Amelia, so pretty.
Actually, some of the music in the game, we referenced some Killer 7 like instrumentation and stuff for World Next Door, which might seem kind of wild, but for some of the battle tracks that get a little bit more intense, especially like in the Undercroft.
Hey, Med, how are you doing? Then Icefire says, I got a comic at PAX East. Oh, no, and it got beat up on the trip home.
Oh, no.
We've got more comics. I'm sure someday we'll do another.
Yeah.
Some sort of giveaway, or we'll bring it somewhere.
Oh, okay, wait. Today is Vespers Quest. Okay.
Yes.
So, this is a little tedious, but just in case Christian's watching, this is Christian's favorite side quest.
That's so funny.
This is another one of those things that kind of like earlier when we were talking about the bug that we kept finding when June would like run around the corner and stuff. Some of these like scripted movement scenes were just like really tricky for us to get working right. And in this quest, Vesper runs around and sort of helps like lead you to find his missing manga. And there's so many different like little small things that could happen to break this quest. Like if you went to another area and then came back where Vesper was supposed to be, he would just be gone, or just a lot of like weirdness that would happen. I think I remember one thing where like if you went and talked to Horace in the middle of this quest, it would like break his quest. Yeah, just, like this side quest just broke a lot. I remember having a conversation with Christian about like asking like how important this quest was to the game, because I think we talked about just like cutting it at one point. And I'm glad we didn't, because it's kind of fun, and I think it gives a lot of like good personality to Vesper about just kind of being like kind of a dum-dum sometimes.
He is. Well, and that's, I think, honestly, because when I started playing the game, like, I was just kind of like, Vesper's weird. I don't know. And then this quest made me realize, like, I don't know. He's, like, absent-minded, but his heart is so sweet that you can't help but just like him. Weird's
sort of the perfect way to think about him, though. Like, when Sarah and I were kind of talking about like the different like character personalities, then Sarah, who was the lead writer on the game, we had a conversation. We had a lot of conversations about Vesper because we had like a really hard time just like nailing down what his personality was going to be like. And I remember one day Sarah and I were talking about it, and she just goes, "Okay, like I get it now. I know what this has to be. He's not like a stoner. He's not like an idiot. Vesper's just weird."
Yeah.
And we were like, once we kind of just got on board with like, okay, yeah, his whole thing is he's just a weirdo. Everything just sort of kind of like fell into place a little bit more. Booty kicker.
Icefire said, booty kicker. Yeah, Icefire said that this Vesper quest won me over on him as well.
Oh, cool.
Yay. So I'm glad we kept it.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're ready to go now. Let's go to the forge.
And Rain came in just to say this quest is waiting. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Christian, I don't know if you heard the whole spiel there, but I just talked a whole bunch about why you hate Vesper in in this quest, and how much fun it was testing it. And actually, writing the dialogue during the tram scenes is something that we kind of came up with kind of last minute too, because originally these tram scenes were just meant to be like the loading screen, basically just like a transition. I'm gonna be on Lux's side here. But we sort of felt like there was enough, like we needed more dialogue to kind of like set up like more of the scenes, like going between Arkeo, which is the town in Emerus that you're hanging out in, and all these shrines, and sort of like help just kind of like develop more of the story and set the pacing and stuff like that. And I can't remember when we decided that this would work, where we could just use the dialogue over top of what we initially thought of as like a loading scene. But yeah, it's just like one of those like really cool things that we came up with like last minute that feels so natural, like now that it's actually in the game. Did we say Keitaro set?
No.
Is that not on the list yet?
Thank you, Tara
Okay.
set. Nope. Need actually, like, I wish I wrote these down so I could keep track of what we actually remembered.
I had
and what isn't.
I had like cheat sheets that I had like taped to the back of the bookcase that's like on the side of both of our desks at the office, Jenny. I had like cheat sheets of all the emojis, all of the phrases, and like a couple other things while we were working on the game, like this, so that I could remember everything.
What else? Did we already say like De La Cumpa?
De La Cumpa, we said, I think.
Okay.
Christian, we're trying to remember all of the words in the game. I think there's 12.
Yeah, we've got Ashenda.
There's an Ashenda.
Salutar. Nulas? Did we say Nulas? I think we did. Evu Team?
Evu Team. We haven't done that one yet. That's
Evu
a new
Team.
one. Yep.
Yep.
Vinara. That's a new one.
Vinara, yeah.
Okay, I'm doing Horus, Lux, Vesper.
Dream Team right here.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the rude crew. Vesper's actually not rude. Vesper's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
He's just weird. All right. Okay, so now I can summon more friends in battle. So let's go to the contacts here. I'm going to do, actually, I want to do Lux and Vesper.
The one with the B. Oh, yeah.
Bomnium.
Bomnium.
Bomnium. I think it's maybe, actually, I think it's June that does like a really like exasperated Bomnium. That always sticks out in my head. Okay, let's see if I can get, I want to try to pop off Lux's spell here. If I can do it without killing anybody. Let's see. Oh, this is going to be tricky because I'm out of health. Maybe I can do... yeah, that won't kill her. Okay. There we go. Now they fight each other.
Nice.
I think Lux's charm spell is actually like one of my favorite abilities in the game. It's like, it's such a cool like thing that yeah, I don't know. I just like really like that ability. Like the way that you can like charm characters or the enemies into like running into your traps and stuff is just super fun. Oh shoot.
Cool. Thanks, Tabortooth, for the follow. Yeah, this game is sick. Love the lava textures. Thank you. Yeah.
That was a lot of work. I remember that.
You just want to swim in it. Exactly, Das. Not
Okay.
something we would 100% recommend, but
Yeah.
appreciate you feel that way.
Okay, we got one more grievance here. What is the
Mhm.
goat grievance's name? Because I don't remember either. Sorrow.
Sorrow.
Yeah, I just remembered.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
was like, that's one that I actually did
Yep.
remember.
All right. Let's see if we can get
All day.
one of Vesper's spells going. Ow.
Yeah, I think Lux's charm power was actually quite underrated. I didn't feel like a lot. I saw a lot, um like conversely though, I feel like my favorite was Vespers
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna see.
shock.
Let's see if I can pop one off here.
Yeah.
I need to line up some shocks too, though. I'm getting my butt kicked right now. Whoa.
Mhm.
Okay, let's do over here. Here we go. Oh, I missed it. Okay, this will be good. There we go. Go heal before everybody's dead. Okay, that was good. That looked like I really knew what I was doing there. Oh, look, we got a void spell that's just going off into infinity. Nice.
Nice.
SBF 6 billion.
6 billion.
Actually, I think this is one of those things we talked about in the game too when we were working on this. We were like, hey, like, so all this lava and fire and stuff, like, how would they like survive in here? Because it looks like it'd be very, very hot, and maybe they would actually burn up. And the answer we came up with was magic.
Yep.
Because magic. That's why.
Yep.
Which is the best thing about making a game like this is you can just say "'cause magic" all the time for everything. That's the answer to everything in the game that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Especially in Emrys.
Bam. And okay, I remembered it.
Ooh, is it Buelian? I'm so bad at reading. But Boo was asking, I just call you Boo because I think that's also cute. Let me know if you don't like it. Boolean asks, are the textures painted?
That's a good question. Oh my gosh, I actually do not know. If Christian's still hanging out in chat, I bet he can talk about it because Christian worked with the textures in the game.
Mm-hmm.
My role in the project was way more on the writing and sorry, I'm thinking and playing at the same time. Much more on like the writing and sort of directing the VO and stuff. I worked a lot more closely with the narrative on this game. We had a lot of artists on this project too, which is why it looks so good. But I want to say that I think that the textures in the game, especially like the animated like lava and stuff, is using. I think it's using like an animated mesh. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Oh, 61? I thought she was way closer to being dead. Let's get her.
Rain says, all shaders all the time.
There you go. Yep. Nice. Okay, cool.
And yes, Blue Face Girl does have an official name. Her name is Heidi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we actually don't... we talked about that a little bit earlier, too. There's nowhere really in the game that explains the names of the enemies, or I think even the bosses, too. And that was actually something that we really wanted to put in the game, with some sort of like bestiary or something like that. Is it bestiary or bestiary?
I think it's bestiary.
Okay.
It's the beasts.
That's what I always thought too, but I've heard someone say it the other way, and I was like, oh, dang it. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm horrible at pronouncing things. Like, I remember as a kid especially, I was a prolific reader, but I never really read out loud a lot of the things that I read. So I learned, like, the word behemoth.
Yeah.
I pronounced as behemoth for, like, ever.
Nice.
And so people, like, nobody ever told me I was saying it wrong. Oh, perfect. And Boo says I can call you Boo. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Whoa.
And Rain says the lava had a static underlay, then we added the dynamic shifting mesh to lay on top of it with an additional particle system for fire sparks.
Yeah. And I think some of them are the same because I think we did something pretty and I say we, I wasn't really involved in that, but there's some similar stuff that happens in the other shrines too, like the smoke that's underneath the Undercroft, and sort of that like star field, cosmic stuff that's in the Celestial Shrine. Thanks, Dasbox. I worked very hard on this game, just not on the art. Oh my gosh, I'm really whiffing it with all these void spells. I was just thinking about the old rune art for the game too. Like the first time that we showed this game at PAX, I think all of the runes were totally different. Oh boy, I'm going to this boss with like half health.
Oh no. Yeah, no heals.
I'm gonna do it.
No.
I'm gonna do
what?
It.
Yeah, you're gonna be fine. You don't need to do any sort of healing.
Oh yeah, I agree. An art book would be really fun. I've always wanted to do that for any of our games, but maybe someday.
Well, and I remember that was a goal. It's still in Asana, I think, for me to like compile at least like a digital art book that we could do. So like, I don't know, if people sign up for our newsletter, they get a cool digital art book.
Yeah, I like that idea too. We should do that.
I'm like, yep, I have a task for it. Do that.
Okay, I'm gonna try to whoop this guy fast. Okay, the way to beat this dude is to put a whole bunch of shocks right in front of him.
Yep.
Before he does, so he's got like a different state here. I think when he gets to half health,
things start going.
Yeah, he changes.
Wild.
He changes his state, and I think this might be enough to get him. Let's maybe not all the way, but he does. He starts like changing the floor into lava, and let's see if I can make this happen. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay. This boss is usually a lot harder than I just made it look too.
It's because you know the secret trick.
Yeah. Also, I think this is maybe it's maybe not the creepiest boss, but all the little tiny face buddies that he's got hanging out on his neck and stuff, it's just so creepy.
Yeah, it's something I don't think people often notice because they're so focused on just surviving.
Yep.
Yeah, what's really cool too, because I think what I didn't realize, because this was also the first game that I ever worked on, was that we have such a biased sort of feeling in terms of the difficulty of the game.
Oh yeah.
And it was so it's really cool because I think for folks like found this because like this boss battle was really challenging for a lot of people, and just like the fast-paced sort of nature of matching and running and like keeping an eye on enemies. And I'm really happy that we have like an assist mode put in.
Yeah.
So people can just like play it and not have to worry about dodging like fireballs and all of that stuff.
Yeah, we talked a lot about this. This was like a lot of conversations between like me and Christian, who was game designer on this, and we kind of talked a lot about how we figured a lot of people were gonna be maybe more invested in the story and the narrative part of the game rather than sort of like a challenging puzzle battler. And so like we talked about like, do we do like difficulties, and that's like a lot of balance work. And again, like the production timeline in this game was really, really tight. And so we had to make like a lot of, I guess I'll say like creative decisions around like how to sort of like make this work without adding, months to the game's production or anything like that. And so at one point, I think Christian was just like, yeah, what if you just don't take any damage? Like we just basically like, because we had a debug option to just make it so that June didn't take damage when we were testing the game. And we said, well, why don't we just like make a toggle in the settings and just let the player decide if they want to do that. And it was like the easiest sort of like solution for us to do like in regards to the production. But I definitely remember seeing like a lot of people stream the game and say how much they like that option. So it
Mm-hmm.
ended up being like I think one of my favorite like accessibility options that we have in the game is for players who just want to play the game and they just want to get through the story. I think like Jenny, me and you were talking about even with like Witcher 3, like
Mm-hmm.
going back to that and just setting it like on the easiest mode because
Yeah.
like we just want to hang out with Geralt and do stuff in Witcher 3 and
Pick
um,
flowers.
I'm not gonna pick on the combat in that game, but it's not my favorite either.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I think like even now like playing that game, if I die, I'm just like so frustrated because it takes really long to load and all that kind of stuff, and I just want to go on the quests.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like there are some days where I want to jump into a game that I will get beat up in. And then
Hmm.
there's some days where I'm like, no, I just want to be happy.
Yeah. um.
Uh, oh,
Oh.
yeah. Med was the one who sent me the copy of Witcher 3.
Oh
So thanks
yeah.
again, Med. Yeah, I am. Granted, I am playing it really as like a horse riding simulator for most of like I would say like 70% of the time I just enjoy riding around the world and picking flowers and riding my horse. But I really am enjoying The Witcher. Yeah.
Mappy, I hope we can port this game everywhere eventually.
Mm-hmm.
We currently don't have plans for it. The game is like sort of set up to be able to port, but yeah, it's honestly it's just really about like our time right now. We just have like a lot of other games in production right now, so if we can get the chance to make it happen down the road, I'd really like to port this over to PlayStation and Xbox. I guess by the time we do it, it's probably going to be like next gen time anyway.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
PS
that's true.
PS5. But yeah, I hope so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, toggle's always nice. Says Tabortooth. For example, I didn't like the tutorials tips in Doom Eternal. Turn it off. Yeah, exactly. It's nice to be able to just sort of like have those touches as much as you can. PlayStation 6 remastered. I like the way you think, Das.
The world next door, double HD.
Yes. We'll be at like 6K by then instead of 4K or something.
Okay. Day 4.
Oh my gosh, it's almost been a week on Emrys.
I'm trying to remember. I think this is Cerese's side quest day.
Yes. Are you gonna try it
I'm
because you
gonna
want to
I'm
see
gonna try it, and I'm gonna see if
if
I
you can
can do
remember?
it. I'm gonna see if I can do it without the cheat sheet.
Hmm.
But I might give up. We'll see. I'm just gonna say that right now. I might have to give up. Let's go. Actually, here. Let's go hang out with Cerise right now. Let's go see if we can make this. Actually, where's Cornell today? Cornell's by the bleachers today, I think. Let's go do that first, just so I don't forget. Because I wanna finish his quest for sure. Was I right? Yeah, he's by the bleachers. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, and we haven't been doing the king side quest with the love notes.
No, I think we're still good.
Are we still doing it?
Oh
Oh
wait,
yeah, because
maybe.
that's on
I
is that
think
on
I
the
have to.
last day.
I think I have to talk to her today, though.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I think I remember this being a really interesting, like, awesome intentional choice is that we had her here facing King because she's like
yeah.
looking at King from afar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me go talk to them too, so we can do their quests. I'm trying to think if I may have missed somebody's quest by now. It's not too hard to do everybody's quests if basically as long as you're like kind of talking to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from Cerise and Horace's side quest, most of it's just about having conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you're extroverted, June, you can pretty much 100% the game,
Yeah.
except for Cerise's quest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. I got the secret letter.
Yeah. And I think Boo is saying that waterfall hair, their hair is like so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Camilla's an elemental.
Yeah, all of the I remember now because I'm like, oh yeah, we did all of the character profiles.
Mm-hmm.
They all have sort of, I don't know, what is it? what's the word? Like not class, like their type,
Yeah,
basically that they
right.
are.
Oh my
They're sort
gosh.
of like
Nana.
Oh,
I
I
forgot
forgot
about
about Nana.
Nana too. Nana almost got cut from the game because like if Vesper is weird, Nana is like I don't know what the more extreme version of weird is here, but whatever it is, it's Nana. I love Bing Pops. Nana doesn't have a side quest. Yeah, she's just kind of hanging out being a weirdo here, and that's kind of all she really does in the game. But she was like so goofy, and we had such a good VO session for her that like we just kind of like had to keep it. I'm trying to remember. I think Larissa Gallagher did Nana, Lux, and I want to say maybe Sylvette. So we had 4 voice actors who worked on the game, and everybody did like 3 or 4 characters basically. So June, oh gosh, I'd have to look up the credits now, but
Yeah.
but that was a really fun way to do it. It really helped us too, like with scoping the game. One thing that really helped was having the sort of like fake Imran language. It really helped to sort of mask that we had such like a small voice actor cast. It kind of like gave everybody a little bit more flexibility with like each character, I think. So that Imran language helped us with scope and with also just making the cast like really small for the game too. Okay, I'm gonna go do Resizing Quest, and I hope I don't look like a dum-dum.
We'll figure it out. We got this.
Okay. Now might be a good time to share some more keys too, if I'm gonna be in
like figuring stuff
Yeah,
out.
if I'm gonna be in brain mode for a sec.
And I quickly looked up. So for voice actors, Heather Masters did June, Cerise, Camellia, and Sylvette.
Okay, she did do Sylvette. That's right.
Yeah. And then Larissa Gallagher did Liza, Lux, Nana, and Noblesse.
Yes.
Noblesse. And Jason did Horace, King, Luca, and Orden. And Michael did Rainy, Vesper, and Cornell.
Yep.
So we had 4 voice actors for the entire cast of what, 12 characters?
14.
14. Yep. No, actually, wait.
Is it 14?
Yeah.
It
15.
Is it 15? Okay.
Yeah, 15.
Here we go. Oh no, Christian is watching.
Here to
Dang
judge.
it.
Yeah, only wholesome, supportive judging. All right, so.
Oh gosh. Oh man, just looking at it right now is stressing me out so bad. Okay.
So while Corey is stressing, just so that we can keep it easy for folks who want to snag a key, if you want to grab a key for yourself or your friend, or I don't know, not a friend, whoever you want to give a key to, put in your favorite kind of puzzle or favorite current game. I'm just watching Corey. So in chat, just put in like your favorite puzzle or your favorite game currently as an entry. And then in about like 2 minutes, just in case you need thinking time, I will be giving away a free key that you can give to someone else or save for yourself. Yeah, wholesome, supportive judging.
Okay. There. And then... No, that's not right. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Oh, this is so stressful. I hate it. Okay.
And actually, what I might do is also drop a few on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
To like, just because we can.
Yeah.
We hold the power.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see here. I need to do... Oh no. I feel so far off from the right solution already. I know the idea is that I need to line them up to almost match, but not quite match. Oh man, I'm close. No, that's gonna get rid of all of them though. Oh, the stream is just gonna turn into like a bunch of like me like sighing like loudly now.
Just, oh no. Oops. Dang it.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe I can do that. And then... Oh my gosh, I got it. Okay, I got the first one. All right.
Nice.
I just had to look at it for a minute.
Sweet Tabertooth says half. Ooh, half. Wait. Your favorite game is half like the one by Emma Kidwell? Or is it a different half that I just don't know? Because if that's the case, I have a fun story for you.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Get rid of these.
Okay. And because Tabertooth is the one who spoke up and said their favorite game, which again I'm still hoping it's half by Emma Kidwell because that would be really cool. I am gonna whisper, so look out for a whisper from me, and you are gonna get a key to the world next door.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh, I see. I was glad. I was half listening. Yes.
I'm so close.
I wish there wasn't stream delay because then I could help you, but any tip I give will be 2 steps behind what you actually are doing.
It might be. I mean, I might be standing here looking at it for long enough that I'm so close. Okay, let's see. I need this to go here, and then this can go. Oh my gosh! I think I got it. I think I got it. Wait. No, that's not gonna work. Ah, dang it. Wait. Oh my gosh, I think I can still do this.
I don't
Right?
think you can.
No, I'm pretty sure I can.
I don't. Oh, Christian just said nope.
Oh no, did I break it? Dang it. Ah, okay. Yeah, shoot. All right. That felt close. Okay, let's see. Let me do this again because I think this was the right way to do this part. I think to get rid of that first. Okay.
Feel it. This is gonna be it. You're gonna get it.
I hope so. Okay, can I switch? I can't switch these. That doesn't help me though. Okay. Let's see. Is that? No, that's not it either. Dang it. I don't think that's gonna work. No. Wait, maybe I can still do this somehow. I don't think so though.
I see. I think you're in pretty much
Dang it,
almost
no.
the same position you were in last time. Yeah.
Shoot. Okay.
Wait, third time's the charm for this one. We'll try one more.
Okay. I'm gonna have
and then if this doesn't happen, then
I might have to pull up that.
we might have to grab the guide.
I'm trying to remember what that doc is even called now.
Corey's cheat codes.
Oh shoot! I already hold on. I already messed it up.
Yeah, just pretend like none of us are watching. Everyone just twiddle your thumbs and like look to the side for a second.
I thought it was called like Puzzle Solutions. Is it Solutions maybe? Yeah, okay. I found the folder. So Christian's got walkthrough videos up here. I'm not gonna look at it just yet, but in case I need it, I found the folder. Okay.
Tethering. Are these tethering puzzles? Is that what this is?
If you go into so we're in Drive. If you search Drive for
I see
solutions, and that's
there's a PDF that says Cerise side quest. Yep. Okay.
All right. Let's see now. Because I need to get.
I don't know what the easiest way to even give hints would be.
Okay, I think what I need to do is get the voids. No, there's only 3 voids though. Okay.
Here. This is what I shall do. I'm gonna drop it into Discord in case you need to take a side peek at it.
Oh.
That way you have the PDF.
Okay.
That might be the easiest way, because I think to explain it, I could tell you, I guess, which color needs to be at the top at the end, maybe to like help with the process of elimination.
That would help. Let me try this one more time.
Okay.
I need to have all the reds down below because there's 5 of those, so I need to stop putting reds up here. That's for sure.
Wait, is this an older version of the puzzle side quest? It might be, because there's not 5.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this. Never mind. Don't look at this.
Okay.
This old version.
I think I already blew it. Actually, wait. No, this isn't gonna work. I don't think this can work.
Just don't tell Corey.
Okay.
I think you're really close with this. Again, I'm like 2 steps behind, but.
Okay.
Oh, you were so close.
Was I really? Could I wait?
I think so.
Could I have actually done it with that?
Oh, yep. Yeah, Krisha just said you're literally right there, like 2 moves.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
That sucks.
Okay, so do everything like same then.
Okay, so
except for those last few moves.
right. Okay. Okay, so that's still right.
Okay. Rain says there's one place in this board that you can line up 5 without making a match 3.
That's this, probably right here. Oh, I think I'm close. Oh, dang it. Okay, so I think that's it. I got it. Oh god, okay, cool. Oh man.
Nice job.
The last one I bet I gotta watch the video for.
Try it once without, because
okay.
maybe you'll surprise yourself. You're like, your brain's back in the zone.
Oh, this last one sucks though. I think this are only 3, right? I think this is the last one.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Okay, that's good at least. That's good.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, good. Everyone hasn't left. I figured everyone was just gonna leave, and like I'm gonna go eat lunch while Corey gets his shit together.
No, we're all here for you. We got your back.
Okay.
You just made Christian very proud.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't think I've ever actually done these puzzles without cheating, without like the walkthrough. I don't think I've
really?
I don't think I've ever actually done it before. Which feels Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Which feels kind of crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I mean, what better time than the anniversary
Well,
stream of the game?
and a crowd of people watching. Okay, so
Yep.
I want to say this is probably the best way to do this part. Okay. And then, no, that looks right. Actually, let me slow down because I might not. Wait, maybe I did just get it. Did I just get it? No way. No way. First
Wait.
try. Oh,
My
boy.
gosh.
Oh, okay. That felt great.
See, your brain was just like in the zone. So ready.
All right. Okay. I can finally say I'm good at this game.
Yay. 1 year later.
Oh, boy. Now, if only this book did something. Which is that's another fun trip down World Next Door memory lane here. The original idea is that these items were all gonna like give you like buffs, like you were gonna like getting the book. I want to say, I think getting that book maybe gave you an affinity to cure spells. If I'm remembering that right. But I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, all these items were supposed to like give you buffs. We were actually going to make it so that the items that you had to give to other characters were going to buff you as well. And so you had to make a choice whether or not to give the item away to somebody. So like if you kept, oh shoot, I forgot to give Liza her locket. Whoops. Oh well. No. Persimmon is Liza's girlfriend. That's what you learn there. But the items were going to give you abilities and stuff, and so you would have to figure out like whether you wanted to give it away or not, or keep the buff. But we ran out of time, and we actually like we knew too that like people were going to be a little bummed about that and wish the items like did more than just hang out in your inventory. But that's something we just had to kind of like live with. It was on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. Ooh, Tabortooth asks a question that I don't think we've ever been asked. How did Cerise lose her eye?
That's a really good question.
I don't think we've ever been asked that.
I actually don't know the answer to that. That would be a question I think for the character designer Stephanie. I think that falls in line with what does June look like under the mask, and the answer is nobody knows. Nobody knows except for Stephanie. Stephanie has apparently some artwork of June without the mask that no one on the team has seen. You know, we talked about how that has to just always be that way forever.
Yeah.
Permanent secret. Let's see. I'll take Lux. Actually, you know what? Let's do Rainy Heals.
Oh yeah, this is where actually it's probably wise to get strategic about these. Like especially strategic because some of these grievances here in Undercroft are pretty gnarly.
Yeah, let's see. Healing thing I can take. Actually, Horus isn't. Oh, but I want Horus to be better. I'm gonna eat one. I'm gonna take Horus with me. Lux is probably good.
Yeah, because Lux is nice.
Yeah, Vesper's good too.
Yeah, Vesper's really good, I think, for the boss battle here too.
Let's do Liza too, because her special is pretty cool. Okay. This shrine has my favorite music in the whole game too. I'm actually gonna, just for this shrine, I'm gonna turn up the music just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna like turn up the stream just so I can hear a little bit of it.
Let me know if that's too loud on stream, anybody. But this music's just so good. Okay, so this is the first time we're seeing the Craving Grievance now. Her deal is
my favorite.
Yeah, she steals your spells. This is like probably my favorite mechanic in the game as far as enemies are concerned. And actually, this was sort of when we were first prototyping the game, the original idea for this game was that this is sort of like what every enemy did, is that you were both playing sort of the same board with enemies. So they were going to be running around trying to match spells at the same time as you. but when we were doing a lot of early playtesting, we kind of figured out that a lot of people weren't paying attention to what the enemies were doing. And so once we changed it to just have enemies just run around and just smack you, people understood the game a lot better and had more fun with it. But craving this grievance here that steals your spells is actually like us kind of going back to that original concept where every enemy was going to be running around stealing your spells.
Yeah, and it's nice because by this point people already know how things work, so it's like okay to add that sort of loop.
Yeah, that's kind of how we felt too. It's actually how multiplayer is sort of like set up too. The versus mode is sort of like most of the work was done for that, just from having like that mechanic and having the Craving Grievance set up. Oh my gosh, this is like one of the hardest fights in the game, I think.
I was gonna say. This is where I used Vesper and Lux quite a bit.
Yeah. Actually.
Yay, and thank you for the follow, Q. Yeah, I think for here, this is where I really learned to appreciate Lux, because then like it got just craving kind of off your back a little bit. Oh, Das, you haven't tried Versus yet? You can do Steam Remote Play, which is really nice.
Ooh.
This is... Mappy says this may have been where I switched to no damage.
Yeah.
Especially because this map in particular has like three like bottlenecks, especially. So if you get locked in, it gets very rough.
Oh, I thought that was gonna do it. This is also one of the battles you really have to be using Cure. There's another one in this shrine that's pretty tricky too, I think. Oh, no healing wells. I think I'm at full health anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, this one stinks. This is actually maybe worse than the last one. This is a really hard one. Actually got set up pretty nicely though. Oh, dang it, she stole it. Oh, no. Okay. Shoot.
Yeah, this one between Bound just kind of locking up the runes that you want to use, and then Craving taking them from underneath you.
I just handed that one right to her too. Okay, I got one down. I think I can make this work. Let's get Vesper in here. Oh no, there's no actually Vesper's not gonna help me out. Let's get Lux in here.
Yeah, there's no shots.
Here we go.
Das says, hopefully I can get to Corey's level.
I should look on Steam and see how many hours I have on this game, because most of the testing that we did was in Steam. Actually, let me get through this fight and I'll look up on Steam and see how many hours I have playing this game. Whoa, that was close. Oop. There we go. That'll do it. Whew, okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna pop on Steam really quick and see if it says how many hours I have.
Was it in the... I mean, I know it was over 100 for sure. Are you in the like 150, 200 hours yet, do you think?
I bet I am. Let's see here. Next door. 259 hours.
Ooh.
That does not include all the testing that we did outside of Steam too. most of it happened in Steam, but yeah. I think World Next Door is definitely my highest number of hours on any game.
Forever.
Whoa! Oh man, that was bad. Oh gosh. Okay.
I'm trying to think of any game that I have like that much time in. I don't think there's anything that I've broken to 200 hours in recent times.
I think probably
definitely as a kid, but
yeah, probably Monster. I'm doing really bad. Monster Hunter, I put a lot of hours into. That's probably got to be Monster Hunter Ultimate U is like the Wii U one. That was like one of the last games I played before I started having children, and I put a lot of hours into that with a bunch of my friends, and then all my friends and me started having kids, and then I just only put that many hours into my own games now. Okay.
DOS is Animal Crossing. DOS, you know me.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder where I'm at. I don't think I'm at 100 even yet, which is, I'm surprised about that.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yeah, I think Animal Crossing would be it for me.
I'm just now remembering how this puzzle
too.
works. Okay, so I need to get this and Ember, I think. Let's see if I remember how this works, right? Yeah, I remember this one. Okay.
Well, and since you haven't, you didn't do the tutorial thing, but like that, this whole thing is about the concept of like empowering runes and like basically building a combo up.
Yeah, the idea behind this, we wanted to sort of like teach players more about using the chaining attacks in this one.
Yeah, Das, I think someone said, I remember reading or someone telling me the dev one family and that like they had just moved to like a new place. They were feeling like they, lonely and they wanted to make friends, which I think is kind of a nice thing to like remember the game because it's all about making friends.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Oh. There's so many more cravings in the game after this point too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Come up here. Oh, jeez. That's the worst is when you hand her one. Almost got her. Okay. I don't know if I can reach her with this. Let's see. Nope.
Nope. Yeah. Ooh, Ice was asking, why the wooden duck? I always make an Adventure Zone reference to myself.
It totally was. Yeah, actually.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually is a. Oh, look, I broke her. There we go. That actually is an Adventure Zone reference. I don't think we've talked about that before, like, ever.
No. Yeah, that's the first time I think anyone's even mentioned
Yeah.
that. It's so cool.
Nice pull.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just now remembering this room, too, is supposed to be shaped like a key, and it had like an extra tile in it a while back, and actually it looked too much like it said go, which is probably one of those things that now that I said it, no one will be able to unsee it. But we pulled like one tile from it because it looked like it said go.
Mm-hmm.
How much health do I have? I got enough. This boss is really hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is actually the toughest boss.
Yeah, I think so too.
In the game, I think.
Okay. Yeah, actually, like, sorry. Yeah, Ice Fire. I was listening to a lot of Adventure Zone during this game's development. So, I mean, actually, okay, for anybody who hasn't listened to Amnesty, which is Adventure Zone After the Balance, maybe turn off your volume now, because I'll talk about something about Amnesty real quick. Because I came into
give a thumbs up when the spoilers are done.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk some like Adventure Zone spoilers and stuff, and I'm gonna do it while I'm in the middle of this boss fight too, which will be fun. So when we were developing this game, Balance had like just finished, and they were getting into Amnesty. And I remember like they announced like our next arc is going to be Amnesty, and I got a little bit worried because I was like, man, like I'm a little nervous that some of the character stuff is going to be like kind of similar to like our game, and like I want to make sure that our stuff is like unique. And when they introduced, oh my gosh, I'm totally spacing on her name. Did you listen to that, Jenny?
I did, and I don't remember her name either. I'm really bad at
it's a character that Travis played.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought her arc was literally going to be June's story, which I won't spoil until we get there. But basically, I thought we were going to come up with the same ending for the game and for Amnesty. And so it was like kind of a race to like finish the game before Amnesty like finished, so that that nobody would think that we were ripping it off or anything like that. But it was just like, it stressed me out so bad the whole time that show was going on, because I like anytime that they would do like, okay, we're gonna have like a live show week, I got so excited because I was like, okay, one more week where we can that buys us another week to like finish the game before they finish Amnesty. And luckily, like, it didn't actually end up that way, so they're different enough and stuff. But I was just like forever worried that people were gonna think that World Next Door was ripping off Amnesty, even though we were developing it at the same time. Okay, and then that's my spoiler thing. Now that that's all done, and I beat the boss at the same time, I'm very proud of myself.
Wow, that's really good. You practiced that, I'm sure.
Pat myself on the back.
Yeah. Just last night, you're like, all right, at this point, I'm going to talk about the Amnesty stuff. Gotta knock it out in like 2 minutes.
Oh, should we thumbs up in chat now that we're done talking spoilers?
Yep. Doss can come back now.
Oh, okay. Oh, also not a spoiler about Adventure Zone, but for anybody who's listened and maybe hasn't noticed, Marlo is actually a character. Marlo from Resizing Games is a character in Balance towards the end. I don't know if you knew about that, Jenny.
I was gonna say, I feel like I didn't know that.
Yep.
I was typing and thinking at the same time. That's so cool. Wait, how did that happen?
So they did the anytime you like tweeted the Zonecast hashtag, you sort of like they would sometimes just pick a random person on Twitter to be a character, and yeah, Marlo just got chosen to be a character in the game towards the end. Marlo and Will were also they had like during the live. Were you at the live show that they did in Portland for my brother and me?
I was so mad I couldn't get tickets. That was awesome.
I think the audio messed up in the Portland show, and so I'm not sure it'll ever actually air.
But it didn't.
Marlo and Will asked like the last question of the night, and it was about like, how do I get Will to stop listening to the Donkey Kong country theme song or something like that, and then they played it at the end. It's supposed to be pretty funny. But yeah, so Marlo's like deeply rooted in the McElroy family stuff at this point.
Oh my gosh, Anna says that was the best live show. Oh, I'm so jealous.
Das, you can unmute.
And Tapertooth says, I'm Rusty's brother-in-law, Corey.
Oh, that's my cousin. Oh, that's
cool.
That's really funny. Relatives. Yeah, I don't go to Illinois much anymore. We don't get to travel much now that we have so many children. I have so many children, y'all.
I know, they're all so cute.
They're cute and hard to travel with. All right, day 4 is done.
Whoop.
And this is the last texting hours. Yeah.
And Horace is our best bud.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Do you want to do one more key?
Yes.
While we're kind of spinning up?
I'm going to say, I'm just going to, for this one, because I found in the mod tools, I can see folks who are in chat. So I'm going to I'm just going to assign everyone a number and pick a random person and whisper you. And if you want it, great. If you don't, let me know, because then I can pass it on.
Oh.
Okay, so.
And this is like the point in the game where there was like the most writing, I think, happens like right here. So the last shrine, the 2 characters that you don't pick to take with you end up getting picked up by the cops. and they come back the next day because they got away with it, type of thing. But there's like there's basically this. There's a lot of different like narrative choices that have like small bits of different dialogue and stuff like that. But for this one, there's like a variation on this between each character and every potential like partner that they could have in that scenario. So I think there's like, I'm trying to remember how many versions it is, but there's just like a lot of, and it's like minus Liza, so it might only be like 8 versions, but like we had to do like just like a whole bunch of different like sorting out for that and testing and making sure that the right person came back that day and everything like that. It was a big pain in the butt. So, but that whole scene like tested really well. Like it was another part of the game that we talked about cutting because it ended up being like kind of a lot of work. But it was like so many people said that they enjoyed that spot in the game where the two characters kind of had like a buddy moment together, that we ended up keeping it in and just sort of like dealing with it. All right, now we're heading back. 46 combinations that's not true. That's too many. I think it was like 8. It was more than 8 actually. Christian did implement them all by hand. That was not there were like a lot of parts. I mean, this is just game development in general, but there's so many like parts of this game where you're like, man, if we would have planned for this, we could have set it up so much easier.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Tabertooth said, love Rose City games. Yay! Thank you. Want to learn how to animate my package and graphic designer for 3 Dog Bakery. Oh, bakery. I like bakeries. Is it a dog bakery or a human bakery? That's cool, Tabertooth. Yeah, if you ever do practice stuff, feel free to pop into our Discord. Let me see. Did I make a Discord command? I might have. Ah, dang it. I didn't. I will make that in a second. But you can also just go to discord.gg/Rose City Games, and we have a share your work section. So, or also if you like want to just ask questions, feel free. We are in there. Let's see. I'm gonna Google 3 Dog Bakery. Also, check your whispers. I sent out 3 different keys, so you may have a whisper from some random person named Pinchika, and that's me. So
wait, is whispers just private messages?
Yeah, it's basically like a DM.
Just it's Twitch's fancy way of saying, wait, can I?
Yeah.
I forget if I can equip Horus here. I think I can. Yeah. All right. Boom.
Dog treat's so cute. I just Googled it. They look really. Is it weird? I'm like, they look tasty.
I wanna
Like,
eat those dog treats.
Why are these dog treats cute?
Got her.
They look really good. I just want to go to a bakery. I just need baked goods.
Oh.
Damon talking about pancakes all the time. I also want pancakes.
We went to our favorite pizza place in town is still doing delivery, and so we went there. We risked it and we went there and got takeout.
Which is your favorite pizza place again?
Otto's.
Oh yeah, I love Otto's.
Otto's is really good.
I did not know that they were still open.
Yep, yeah, they're still around. That's not too far. You're closer to them than we are.
Yep, we're really close. Yeah, yesterday we ordered like Chinese takeout. We were really bummed because the place we ordered is a place that we like to frequent, but the other place that we originally wanted to order from, I think they're just shut for now. So that's kind of a bummer. But Anna says I need cookies. I know. I think today after this I'm gonna be doing actually I am gonna be doing garden work because it's nice outside. So I think we're gonna go into the yard and like dig around in an attempt to make our yard look nice. But after that, I'm gonna try and make some chocolate chip cookies.
I need to mow really bad.
Mm-hmm. That's part of what we're doing.
Yeah, Mal's wanting to get she's got a bunch of stuff to kind of get gardening stuff started, and now that she's not pregnant anymore, because we got the baby here, she's wanting to get on that now. Oh, one more left. Okay, I got it. And there. Okay, got him. Horace's side quest is so much easier than Cerese's. Yeah. It's tough. Okay.
Boo's like, clearly not a dog owner.
All right. I got Horace's magic lighter. I'm not going to blow through the dialogue here because I love this so much. So the idea here is that Horace has found this very rare and super cool relic that creates fire, which is his favorite thing. Definitely magical. So he's my favorite thing about this is that Horace really thinks that his lighter is something incredibly special. And at this point in the game, Horace wants to give it to June. And I just really love like what that says about these two characters with each other, because like he's like he wants to give her something so she can remember blasting fireballs on Earth. And you can tell Horace like, hey, like dude, we have these, or you can say thank you. I'm gonna just say that we have these on Earth because the dialogue's really funny. And he gets really mad about it too. Yeah.
It's so cute.
Lion son of a. But June's still really appreciative, even if you say that. Mm-hmm. She's still nice about it, so it's fine. Anyways, I just really like that moment in the game.
Yeah, it's super cute.
Okay, and we're back. So I think it's time to talk to Cornell. And to talk to Cornell... Oh, let's talk to Nana first, just real quick. Oh, we're on day 5, too. If we're going to do King and Camellia...
This is the day.
Camilla. That needs to happen now. Okay, so... Oh, wait, it is Camellia. Whoops. I forgot my own ding-dang characters' names. It's been a whole year, y'all. Okay. King is here. Ba-ba-ba. Where's King at? King's over here. There we go. Oh, yeah, and you can see all the crumpled up letters here.
No!
Because King's trying to be sweet, but he's also just littering the hell out of the training yard right now.
Yeah.
King's a big softy. King and Camellia have a crush on each other and they don't even know it.
So cute.
And here's where you can mess it up. You can just say like, nah, like don't do that, but I'm going to be matchmaker.
Yeah.
Okay. This is another one of Christian's favorite side quests that totally didn't break all the time while we were playtesting it. All right, Camelia's going to be so happy now. They really do have cool hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Camellia and Sylvette are my two favorite like designs of all the characters.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Christian. The
had to be accessible across 2 days. Yeah.
The quests that kind of span across multiple days were the tricky ones, because I think Liza's is the same. I can't believe I missed Liza's quest. I actually think Liza might be the only quest that I missed on this, if I'm thinking right. Let's see. Yeah, I goofed up.
Because you did Ordon's.
Yeah. I think. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember Lux's quest. Oh, No, I messed
Oh,
up.
that was the makeup. Yeah,
That
you
was like
missed the pivot.
day
Yeah.
3. So goofing up on all my side quests.
That's with all the haircuts. Everyone has cool hair now. We do. It's funny because we were talking about this because we have a Discord for Rose City Games, like internally for all of us working, and so many folks are already like, "Hey, we're gonna cut our hair," and even just friends that I've talked to are already itching to like cut their hair. Like we haven't even been inside for 2 weeks.
All right, here's your
Oh.
favorite moment, Jenny.
Yes, the romance of the century. So cute.
Did it. Okay, so that gave us the, is it called Matchmaker? Secret Letter. I thought we called it maybe it's Matchmaker on Steam Achievements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so time for a bunch of truth drops to happen. If for anybody who hasn't played
Oh my gosh.
The World Next Door and wants to play themselves, I will say now is maybe the time you might want to bail. Not that this hasn't been fun, and I want you to keep hanging out. But if you kind of want to see like the ending and some like some narrative twists, now's the time. As soon as I go up into this area here, I'll talk to Nana while we're talking about it. But oh, whoops, actually, never mind. Go now. Okay. It's truth time. So Cerise has figured out that the sword is the key to getting June back home. I guess for those of you who haven't been reading super fast while I'm blowing through all this. Oh, Das, yeah. If you haven't finished, thanks for hanging out. But yeah, this is. I would love for you to experience the ending on your own. But Cerise has figured out how to get June back home.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to go back to the original shrine. Okay. So all of this was Liza's fault.
Which is wild.
Yeah. And not just because she brought her down to the shrine, but we're getting there. Liza was on the inside. There are people who made sure that June came to Emerus and got stuck, and Liza was in on it.
What?
She tricked her best friend into getting stuck on Emerus and maybe dying here. And it's because they kidnapped her girlfriend, Persimmon, which is why the missing teens are missing right now, because they kidnapped her friends and tricked Liza into... Or not tricked Liza, they convinced Liza into tricking June, I should say, to get stuck here. I remember when we brought this... We actually, our publisher Viz, when we sat down with their team and kind of went through the story, we got to this part and talked about Liza betraying June, and two of the people in the meeting audibly gasped, which I thought was like a good sign, and part of the reason that we wanted to kind of like keep rolling with this whole idea. Very anime inspired twist, I do believe.
It is a very anime inspired twist.
I think that's why Viz liked it so much.
Mm-hmm.
So here's where a lot of people in the game choose to really not like Liza.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of mixed feelings about Liza, because she was doing what she felt like she had to do for her girlfriend, but she also tricked her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, get out of my face. I'm pissed.
Yeah, it's a sassy June playthrough.
All right, Cornell's back.
Now, this is where things also kind of start opening up a little bit in the games
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like what people can sort of do and like how they can choose to respond and what happens next.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So the trick with Cornell here is that to get this option to kind of see things through with Cornell, you have to talk to him each day, and he's sort of hiding out in a different area. So we wanted to kind of reward the players who were really seeking things out and trying to talk to all the characters with some extra context to the end of the game. So if you found Cornell every day, talk to him, had him do his little warp out animation, he comes back on the last day and kind of offers you the whole truth. And you can sort of choose to like trust Liza or trust Cornell. And I want to see this thing through. So I'm going to go ahead and tell Cornell. Well, actually, we changed this. Back in the day, we used to have this so you had to make the choice with Cornell right then and there. But we kind of wanted to give players like a little bit of a chance to like actually consider the options and stuff. So we made it so you have to make the decision once you get to the tram here and decide to leave and go to the last shrine. Which and now that we're kind of like getting close to the ending here, let's talk about that a little bit. So one of the like huge one of the biggest decisions that we had to kind of like sort out with the game is whether or not we were going to give the player the choice to sort of like miss out on the Cornell stuff or trust Liza. And I think we saw a lot of people who played the game and didn't really trust Cornell and didn't want to go with him back to the shrine. And so a lot of people end up sort of like missing out on what's kind of like a secret reveal or like a sort of like extra piece of the ending. And I think one thing that I kind of wish we would have been able to sort out is a way to like let players maybe experience this without having to replay the rest of the game. And I think that's probably like one big thing that I regret like not sorting out. And me and Christian talked a lot about like how to kind of like do this, and like ultimately like I made the call to like kind of stick with the original plan on this, and I think I hope that more people would just like feel the intrigue and like want to go with Cornell. But I think a lot of people actually totally bailed on him and sort of missed out on this extra stuff. So I think if we could go back and like figure out a way to at least like let players go back to that save point or something like that, I think it would be nice. So what we're learning here, and again, this is like mega spoiler territory, so if you don't want the ending spoiled, again, we're right there right now. So Cornell was also in on whatever this group is who brought June over to Emrys, and kind of knows all about June's past and that she doesn't know her parents or anything like that. So it turns out that June, we're getting there.
Oh, fun. Caracalla says that she missed this part, and when she was watching someone stream it and they did this, she was
cool.
really surprised.
Yeah. So this is the big drop. So Liza was born on Earth, but she belongs to both worlds. She's half Emran. So I'm gonna dig into IP Bible territory a little bit, which is something that I hope we get to explore further. But June being half Emran is something that is super rare in the world next door. Half Emran, half humans, or in general don't really exist because each, I guess, alien can't really survive on each other's world. So typically, if anything like that were to happen, the baby just like wouldn't survive. But somehow June pulled through, which is mega rare, and so she can actually exist in both worlds. which is something that I hope we get to explore more. Because the original plan for The World Next Door is that we were going to make a few of these games. So hopefully someday we will get to make more and explore that whole narrative a bit further.
Yeah.
But for right now, I gotta
and
beat up all my
Cornell's
shadow
battle,
friends. So actually, you battling your friends here is actually like another sort of like fun, like smart scope decision that we made in the game. So these like versions of these characters kind of act like craving grievances. Essentially, they're stealing your spells, and basically we already had all these characters animated and stuff. The original idea for the game was that you were going to be able to swap between actually we probably have like a lot of like footage of this happening, but you were going to be able to swap between June and other characters like in battle. So you could like push L and R on your controller and you would swap to play with Lux, and she would like maybe move a little bit faster. Like Horus was really slow, and oh man, what's Cerise doing over there? Okay, I can still get her. Horus was like really slow, but his fire spells were really strong. And like one of the first trailers that we shot, I think we actually have like Liza like running around like shooting spells and stuff like that.
Yep.
And we ended up like cutting that from the game because a lot of players just never swapped between June and the other characters. So we ended up cutting that. And the nice thing is though is that got us to versus mode. Basically, we had all these characters like already animated and stuff to be playable in the game, and that's kind of like where this boss battle comes from too. Is all these characters being cut originally from the game.
Oh my goodness! And Snacks is raiding. What?
Oh boy, we gotta let everybody know that we're spoiling the ending of the game when they come in.
Let's see if this is gonna work. It might also be that I didn't set up MooBot properly because it's a different bot than Nightbot. Morning Snacks. Let's see. Let me just link you here. What were you playing? Resident Evil?
Oh gosh, I gotta get back. I started playing the new Resident Evil 2, and I'm really loving it.
Oh my gosh, I also coming in with Snacks probably introduced us, but just in case, Snacks helped us at PAX East, which was really cool.
Oh hey,
and yeah, this is Snacks from PAX East.
Hey Snacks.
And yeah, we are Rose City Games, and we're an indie studio in Portland, Oregon, and we are doing a 1-year anniversary celebration stream for our first game, which was World Next Door. The multiplayer mode. Oh my gosh, you brave soul! Were you all playing together? Yeah, I was gifted the new Resident Evil by Josh, so now I have to play it.
Oh yeah, it's fun. Did you play the Resident Evil 2 remake?
I did not. The only Resident Evil I've ever played is 7, which I'm gonna be honest was really good about like halfway through, and then I just was bored in the second half, so I like didn't finish it.
Wait, did you say 7?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the one with like the weird family.
Yeah.
I'm sure they all have weird families.
So you know what you got to do? You need to borrow one of the PlayStation VRs from the office.
No.
And you need to go hardcore on that thing and do the whole thing in VR.
Gosh. I mean, the beginning definitely scared me, and that actually was my first VR experience ever because I did the demo at PAX West when it came out. I would not be able to handle it in VR. It'd be so scary.
It's really hard. I think I told you the story about I played most of it in VR. I had to like take breaks, and I would just like play some of it just outside of it because it was a lot. But there was about halfway through the game, there's like a real good jump scare, and I was playing it on the couch, and Mal was sitting next to me, like reading a book, and I screamed so loud that I made her jump. Like, it's real scary. It's like this. It's like
oh my gosh,
the scariest thing. I would still say that PT, even outside of VR, is probably scarier.
Yeah, Oh, I will never actually play that myself. Even knowing, watching you and Will play PT, I don't think I could play it.
It's good to.
Oh.
Oh man, I got zapped. Dang it.
Yeah, Snack says he doesn't know if he could do it in VR. Right? It's too scary.
It's like a rite of passage.
Really, it should be, I guess.
just to prove how much you can handle the spooks. It's scary as shit. The game's scary as hell. I will say though, I think Capcom's been killing it with all the new Resident Evil stuff. I really liked 7. Resident Evil 2 remake was really good. I'm really liking Resident Evil 3 remake right now too.
Yeah, well, and because I've watched, because Sam, he enjoyed the Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2 especially, and I watched him play those. And so now I'm kind of like, well, maybe I do want to jump into these remakes because, yeah, I haven't finished a Resident Evil game. So.
This is another one of my favorite lines in the whole game.
Oh yeah.
So at the very beginning of the game, you do a tutorial. You're training on this big boulder and like throwing fireballs at it and stuff like that. And this Grievance comes in and destroys the sort of like training rock that everybody taught you how to use magic with. So Vesper wasn't here in the story yet while this is taking place. So this is the first time that he's realizing that his favorite training rock, Rocky, has been destroyed.
Oh, poor thing.
And so they didn't have the heart to tell him. I love that he said it took him forever to paint the target, which is just like 2 circles on it too.
Like not anything. Ooh, Snacks is trying to work his way through all the Resident Evil games.
Fun.
Brave soul. Brave soul.
Okay. All right, I think it's final boss time.
I think so.
There's one more pickup. This is the item that everybody... Oh, wait, did I already get it?
I think you did, yeah.
Did I already get it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the ring, duh. Yeah, the vintage ring is the thing that everybody misses in the game. You get that for completing all the battles.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Snacks you inverse when you stream The World Next Door. Yeah, everyone was like, Rainy, you can't trust Rainy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually do really like that everybody is sort of like thinking like, okay, somebody's like gonna betray me here. So I'm glad that we kind of set that up. All right, and so again, Horace has been my best friend through the whole game here, which is how we determine who kind of gets the shortest. So yeah, again, big spoilers here. But it turns out spending too much time in the shrines is really bad for Emrans. The shrines are too close to like the core of the planet, and it's sort of like is like toxic for them to be too close to this like sort of magic essence in the planet. And it kind of poisons them, and that's where grievances come from. So grievances are actually like former Emrans who spent too much time in the shrines. And there's actually some like kind of fun dialogue and like lore you can find in the shrines if you're looking around that kind of explains a little bit more about that. But the way that we determine who almost turns into a grievance is basically based on how many points you have with each character. So through dialogue choices and who you choose to take out in the shrines, you're sort of like accumulating a score with all of your friends. And we did that because we wanted this moment to be like really impactful and have players feel like, oh my gosh, the character I like the most might not make it, which sounds really cruel when you say it out loud. But we wanted this whole scene to feel like really impactful and like a big moment. So that's why we wanted to make the character that you spent the most time with the one that changes. So there's actually there's an alternate scene here for every character except for Liza, since Liza kind of has like her own different arc and stuff. But yeah, Lux, Vesper, Rainy, Cerise, and Horace can all get super messed up down here.
And hey, a Paradox and Wallstormer and Verse.
Hey.
Hello.
And I actually wish we had a better way to track to see how many people chose like which friend. Like I would love to know like if Rainy was like the most favorite character, like that type of thing.
I wonder if we like tied it to achievement, like
We
having each
yeah,
one.
we definitely could have. We actually talked about
Mhm.
doing something like that, where you would have a different achievement for whatever character you kind of like you spent the most time with. But we also didn't want to like have achievements that made you like have to play through the game 5 different
Mhm.
times. And that mechanic is very much like under the hood. It's not something we really communicate to the player, and so we felt like for players who really, really like getting all the achievements and 100% in a game, that
Yeah.
it might have been a little too much.
Mhm.
Which is why I still feel a little bad about the whole Cornell thing.
Oh, Boo says you could have called the achievement Rainy Days.
Oh gosh, that's a good
That's
one.
so
Yeah.
good. Oh my gosh. Well, gotta go back in there now.
Yep.
Red. Oh my gosh. Hi, Red. See, you weren't too late.
Oh, hey, Norm.
And Norm. Oh my gosh. Welcome in.
Norm did
Get patch.
Norm did the art for this boss.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the boss looks so good. Oh man, missed it. Oh, dang it. Oh, I got him. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna get a big spell going here. Okay. Let's see. Let's try to get, let's see if I can get, oh wait, he eats them. I forgot. Okay. Let's get Horus in on this.
Yeah, Snack says, I appreciate that. I think I was able to 100% in one playthrough.
Nice.
And it's been a while. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Big one. Come on. Oh god, I totally missed. That's okay. We're almost there. And this ought to do it. Last hit. Oh,
Nice.
this is actually,
1 HP left.
so this is actually kind of fun. Or I think it's funny. So when the enemy gets to like 1 HP, you can't actually defeat the enemy until they get all the way back over to the bridge here. So once they get to 1 HP, they kind of hop over to this bridge and let you do like one last attack. And the reason that we did that, and yeah, they'll actually still kind of like swipe at you if you get close. The reason that we did that is because we needed the boss's animation to happen on this bridge, and it looked really weird to like defeat the boss, have them like die, and then like kind of walk over to the bridge to like do the final animation.
Right.
It just looked super goofy. So what we ended up doing is the enemy this boss can't be defeated until they get all the way over to the bridge and have their little like hangout time, and then you do one last hit. Oh, I should have done a meteor. That was dumb. Anyway, yeah, that's the reason we did that, which is sort of like a really funny way we had to work around everything.
It's definitely, what is it, like the pulling back the curtains
Uh-huh.
on some
Yep.
game dev tricks here.
All right, and we got all the imbuements, which means June can try to go home now.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh, but first we gotta make sure that Horus is okay.
Do you want to do any last keys while we're kind of getting towards the end of the game now?
Yeah, I can do one last giveaway. Let's see. Grab that key distro sheet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna randomly pick a couple of people who are in the chat and whisper you a key. So be sure to, if you see a whisper pop up, know that it's not a stranger, it's me. And you can keep the key for yourself. You can pass it along to a friend who hasn't gotten to play the world next door, all of that good stuff. All right, so let's see. And Rain says the bosses needing to be in a certain spot is also why the Undercroft boss has a big fog screen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Hmm?
Yeah, we had to do a lot of fun stuff like that. It's kind of similar to with we talked about why we had the screen fade to black for the entrance for the first big boss fight. Was one part for dramatics and two parts because we just needed to hide some stuff while we set the boss up to enter. Okay. And I think because so much crazy stuff is going on in the world right now, I'm gonna just forgive Liza.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have June came around at the end. She was real snotty at most of the
Had
game.
a change of heart.
Yeah, it's like my June's character arc has forgiveness. Oh wait, where's this at? I haven't done this like the whole stream. There's my June is able to forgive and forget. I just do the rest of the stream with the mask on.
Oh my gosh, yes. June has shown up in chat. It's a miracle.
Oh, sorry, I had to mute and cough for a minute. Y'all, I hope everybody really likes that June mask, because I like just learned about OBS like last week, and I'm really happy.
Having so much fun with layers.
I'm really happy that that's all worked out. All right, we're getting just about up to the end of the game here. Is it? What time is it? Oh man, we almost timed it perfectly. Look at that.
Yeah, I was like secretly in awe. I was like, wow, I could not have planned it better myself. Pacing and everything. All right, so I have selected 3 random winners. So check your whispers if you were picked for a World Next Door key.
Oh, snacks. My favorite character is definitely Horace. Which you can tell because now I have this special moment with Horace because... So this is another thing. Okay, so just to pull it back, we picked your favorite character to be the person who almost turns into a grievance because we wanted you to feel really sad about it. But you also get to have like a really nice, sweet moment with them at the end of the game. So we have a different version of this too, where when you're saying goodbye to everybody to go back home, you get like a little nice moment with them.
Mm-hmm.
Horace is trying to be sweet right now, and he's having a hard time.
Yeah, Horace is my favorite.
All right, Human Savers Club for life. Now I go back through the portal.
So good.
Wait, can I still turn up the music for the ending? Here we go. There we go. Oh yeah, everybody in chat, who's your favorite World Next Door character? I want to know what everybody else thinks too. We already know Christian's is Rainy. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Cheese.
I like how we have one camera snap sound effect just for the end of the game.
Yeah, the only time it's ever used.
All right. And that's the World Next Door.
Yay!
Did it.
Yeah, we got a couple of Horaces, the twins, Liza. That's cool. Liza, I feel like doesn't get, especially because of the character arc that Liza takes.
Yeah.
I think by the end, a lot of people are like, I don't like Liza. So it's nice that Snacks likes Liza.
So
Yeah, I love Cerise.
these little vignettes at the end here, I very much hope that people like stuck around through the credits and watched. I know that we definitely like responded to some people on Steam and Twitter for people who are like, man, I wish I could have had some like closure to the ending, and like people didn't watch the credits. So I would say that this is the last time I will ever put an epilogue in the credits. Because I think there's a handful of people who like totally missed out on a lot of these like little vignettes, which is fair. Most people don't want to watch the credits. It's one of those things that I think like it wasn't like an ego thing where I was like people have to watch the credits. I actually just thought this would be a really fun way to do it, but turns out people really don't want to watch credits most of the time. And here's where you can see Paxton and Persimmon too. So if you read the comic, they were the missing friends. Everything works out in the end, and they come back. Yeah, and that's actually something that I really hope we get to explore more. We like, just to put it out there, the original idea for World Next Door was that it was going to be a trilogy. We have a lot of like documents and stuff that are all written up on sort of like a big full arc for the game that was supposed to go across 3 acts. So for, I think, a lot of people who kind of felt like the ending maybe felt abrupt, this was very much meant to sort of be like a part 1 to the World Next Door. So my big hope is that we're able to like kind of follow up and make a couple more of these and kind of finish June's story someday. But yeah, for right now we're kind of busy with Floppy Nights and Garden Story. So yeah, maybe someday we will get to revisit this and actually have like a proper Horus birthday party and everything.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so nice. Oh, the Human Saviors Club photo was my phone background for a long time.
That's awesome.
Icefire, that's so cool.
Yeah, Anna worked on this. Anna came in at the end and did a bunch of writing with me and kind of helped get the story all done right at the end.
Ooh, and Walstormer asked, do you think you'd publish the story in another format, like a comic?
We talked
maybe in conjunction.
Yeah,
with
we've talked about that. I mean, I definitely would love to kind of keep everything in games as much as possible. But if we had the opportunity to sort of like finish out a story or develop that more, the World Next Door comic that we did was still like a really, really fun project. I think my only, it's funny, like, as games is like a ton of work too. Like this game was in development for 18 months. But doing like the whole story in comics somehow sounds like more work to me. Cause comics is also just like a ton of work too. So I think it's mostly probably just because, I have way more experience with games now than I do comics. But yeah, I hope we get to spend more time with these characters in this world and stuff, because we spent so much time like developing the IP, and that's actually another thing that'd be fun to release sometime, is just put the IP Bible out there.
Yeah,
because we try to make that with a lot of our games now too.
I think we have them for every single game. Yep. Yeah, Wild Paradox is like, I'd enjoy working on another.
Yeah, no, I mean, now that we got these systems in here and stuff, like I think sort of in the vein of like what Banner Saga did, where they kind of set up a trilogy and their games are kind of on the shorter end and stuff, and it's combat and stuff is pretty similar, but kind of like developing the story further and stuff and having like a big conclusion is something that I really hope we get to see.
Yeah, that'd be really, really fun.
And I can say the best way to make a trilogy happen is to tell all your friends about how much you love the World Next Door. The more people who play the game and like it, just makes it easier and easier to kind of make that type of thing happen. Yeah. And now we're getting all the logos, which means we're almost done with the credits now too.
Almost done.
So yeah, thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Sticking around through the whole thing. We said we were gonna do it up to 1 o'clock, and we kind of,
and this is pretty perfect.
We made it happen. So let me go back to this screen now. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for watching The World Next Door. If you picked it up, thanks for playing. It's kind of crazy that this thing has been out for an entire year. Yeah, just a ton of people put a lot of hard work into this game, especially like around like our Portland community. And yeah, this is like kind of our first very big game for us. We learned a ton, and a bunch of people that worked on this are working on more games with us, with Cat Lady and Floppy Nights and Garden Story now. And yeah, if you like this game and want to check out more stuff that we do, we're called Rose City Games, and we make cool games like this.
Yeah. All the links are in below if you want to check out that. And yeah, I just dropped the link to our Discord too, where if you want to just like talk with us, hang out. We're streaming more now, which is really great. I mean, obviously we're here. But what's really cool is on Wednesdays we have an art stream that Marlo does, where it's just really chill, good music is played, and you can just have something on, especially since so much of our work now is just online, so you
Yeah.
could have it on a second monitor and like just kind of have people to chat with as you're working from home or hanging out. And yeah, we'll have more streams coming soon as well, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So and I got my Elgato now, so I can stream Switch stuff. So we can
Yeah.
do Animal Crossing stuff and trade fruit.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
Well, cool. I think that's gonna probably do it for us. Yeah. Thanks again for hanging out. If you want to see more of this stuff, then you can follow our channel, and we'll see you next time.
Yay, bye. Thanks everyone.
Bye.